Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the CAF Plus channel. We've got another CAF update for you. We do these every Thursday, as you know, we're talking comic art and everything narrative arts, actually, believe it or not. We got some illustrators in the green room we're going to be talking to shortly. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. We've got plenty of video clips from different segments to play today. I've got a weekly flip that dropped in just the other day. I've got a segment from John Moore from that recent con that he and the Next Comic Art team were at. And yeah, a few other surprises throughout the evening. But it's always good to see everybody here. Jiggy in the chat. He's of course he's going to be here. He's got to see the if his beard is still intact after another round of mischievousness at some shows. But there, let me bring in Tatiana. She is going to be doing this first segment with me, where we're doing a pre-OAX opportunity release. And Tatiana, welcome to the show.
Hey
You're no
guys, how's it going?
things anymore.
Huh?
You're no stranger to the show any longer. And I like this
No.
backdrop. What's going on there? You've got we're looking out a window. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, I'm in the living room. This is where you usually see me when we have our team meetings. It's just usually the sun's in this window, but I'm just sitting in the living room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I am used to seeing the thing that makes music on the wall behind you when the wind blows or something, but not the window. All right. So you know we've been busy at CAF HQ the last few weeks, and we've started it. Well, I guess we can officially say that it is OAX season. It's been we opened it a few weeks ago, and we're going to be talking more OAX tonight. We're going to be releasing 3 new pre-book options, 2 from the TDR group, and of course everybody's beloved collector artist pal Aranga D will be announcing his as well. But yeah, things are moving right along. So what how I don't even know where to start with some of the stuff that wanted to talk about. But this is your first offerings from your team, and I know that we'll probably have you back on again very soon to do some other ones. But we shouldn't even delay. Let's bring everybody in. See Peter Rose shouting Aranga's name. It's like they I knew the natives would be restless. So let me get Aranga in here. We've got and welcome to the show, Aranga. Look at you.
Thank you.
Always raring to
Once
go.
you said his name, it didn't matter what we talked about, and everybody just wanted Aranga. So there's no point in delaying. Just bring him right.
That's right. Yeah. Marcus, he has such a way with words, doesn't he? Big D. I'll stop right there. See, everybody wanted. But we got 2 other artists here in the green room. Let me bring both Eric Grove and Jeremy Wilson into the stream. Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Very good. Yeah.
Doing great. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you both back on. Eric, it's been a while since the first OAX in 2024.
Yeah, it has. I'm super excited to be back. I know the first year was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I didn't get to visit the second year, but I heard nothing but good things. So I'm really, really excited to be there for this year coming up. So super excited.
We are very happy to have you, and Mr. Wilson. You see, you've got art on the easel. You're always in painting mode. Is that one of the the aluminum copper pieces, or is that a plain Jane board that you're working on?
Oh, plain Jane. I mean, gosh. Yeah, no, this is a plain Jane. This is for binary number 1. It's going to be, I think it's Age of Revelations. It's a variant cover for Marvel.
Okay.
So I put this one up here, and yeah, got a lot of stuff coming out very soon from a lot of different publishers. So
that's awesome. So
it was officially shown this week, so it is available if anybody would like to purchase it. I haven't quite put it up on the site yet. I'm going to be doing that this week, but feel free to reach out. It is available.
So are we in your studio, Jeremy?
You are, yes. Unfortunately, the other side of the camera is NDA and not clean, so you're forced to look at me here.
Nothing wrong with that. Are you? I assume everybody. Eric and Aranga, you're both in your work places.
Yes.
Yeah, the messy table's behind me, so I'd rather not pan that way. There's just paint everywhere, brushes, and yeah, I've been busy.
Well, we're happy to have all of you coming to OAX again. I mean, Aranga, you were there last year, set up, and Jeremy, you were in the IAX room with our first foray into having that set up at the show.
It was a great show.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about because as a first-time exhibitor for that show, that was a room that seemed to have a lot of traffic. I mean, the artists obviously in the room were phenomenal talents. And what was your overall impression, of the show from that side of things?
I think it was a new room for everybody to check out in a number of senses, but at the same time, I think that y'all did a really great job of picking exhibitors who did, let's say, fantasy sci-fi illustration, but also had their foot strongly in comics as well. So once people came in there and saw everybody, they understood what everybody did within the comics world and the illustration world.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense. Like in year one, say we had James Martin and George Pratt on the main floor, and they kind of got a little lost. And I think it was really clear to Kazra and the rest of the team that it made a lot of sense to start segmenting things out a little bit more and focusing folks' attention when they walk into a room and and only see illustration and artworks and painted artworks, paperback covers, you name it, and it worked, at least from our perspective. It sounds like yours very, very well for everybody.
It was a great show. So yeah,
good. Kazra's already teasing Aranga that he might get moved to a different room. We have the whole space this year, Aranga. So you never know, right? Don't worry though. There are no broom closets or anything like that you can put into, but there are other rooms that you can be moved around.
No, it's okay. I mean, Cosper's the guy who could just get knocked over by a car, so I'll just bring like a hot dog roll or something.
Cool boy. Oh boy. That's yep. All right. Well, that's an option, I guess. Well, the show is in February this year, so in theory, we could have a lot of people hanging out at the pool this year, which did not happen last year, unfortunately, because it was so darn cold. But with luck, everybody will be bringing some swimming attire, so at the very least, you can go jump in the hot tub when the show's over with a drink. And
how can you get in the hot tub? Berkey and his brother monopolize it.
Well, that first year I heard, some of the, Vinny, I think I heard, was monopolizing the hot tub with the Comic Connect crew. They were regaling me of their exploits that year one, but nobody did it year two, as far as I know. But it wouldn't surprise me if those guys did.
If somebody's in there, you just cannonball right in. I mean, that's the best way to get people out.
Into the hot tub?
Into the hot tub. Just cannonball right in there. They'll leave.
All right.
I'm from Ohio. We don't cannonball in hot tubs, but you never know. I don't mind. So,
it sounds like a different discussion.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, we have so many things going on. Probably people won't have any time to go into the hot tubs. We have a preview night on Friday this year, which we've never done before. We have other events going on throughout the day and into the evening on Friday. We'll be on Friday evening after preview night, which is 4 to 6 on that day. We're trying to line up a few things prior to that, and most likely there will be some events in the evening as well. And Tatiana, you had your Magic the Gathering event. I mean, so we pretty much every waking hour, I think, that people are going to be at OAX, they'll have something to do at the show if they want to. And I did talk to Wolby the other day too. Yeah, I talked to Wolby the other day, and he is planning another bub crawl. So he's talking with Adam Kubert about doing the art again, and so I think I heard about maybe another artist who might get involved in that, and it's whatever comes out of that will be pretty cool. What do we got there? Fire pit sandwiches. All right. Well, so why don't we? How would you guys like to just start the pre-OAX opportunities here and announce it to everybody, and we can turn those opportunities on. on the website, and I can put the links in the chat. I was going to go alphabetically, and we were Aranga. You were kind of disappointed. You're the first guy on the docket tonight, right, to get it started.
I'm good to go, man.
You're
Yeah,
always good to go.
yeah. Just bring me
All
in, front, back. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'll get everything turned on before I show the first slide, so we can get this all right. And you're doing some OAX stock sketch cards for the first time too. We appreciate that.
I am. That's the addition for this year. I did some at the show last year, and I really enjoyed it. So figure why not do it for the pre-show as well. Had a few people ask about it too. It's just kind of a nice variation in sizes, going from the 2x3 to 18x24.
Right. We've kind of figured that, and I'll go ahead and just start things off here. The sketch card option is the first one. You have a black and white inks and ink wash option at $75 for those cards. And I think this is great because prior to this, we only had the free sketch event, and if people brought cards to you, during the show you could sketch them. But I think having them early will just mean that we'll get more sketch cards created for the show, and that'll just make everybody happy, the sketch card collectors, but also the people who are getting turned on to getting sketch cards as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think you said you had a limit of 20 total for the sketch cards. Is that true?
Correct. 20 total. It doesn't matter. I'm doing both. There's a black and white option, which this is, and there's a color option here. Yeah, just whatever mix that turns out to be, I'm going to do 20 of them. Plus, like, doing it at home is great because my eyes aren't great, and I can use those magnifying glasses that I have to work on these things. I wasn't gonna pop those on at OAX. I get made fun of enough as it is. People don't need more ammunition.
No, but we already got the joke out of it. But you did have to put Cyclops on here, so I do appreciate that. I literally, every time somebody finds some Cyclops related merchandise anymore, I get an email. Somebody sent me a link to a brand new painted T-shirt with Cyclops on it. That's how they found. But yeah, I love seeing these. So this is a $125 option for a color sketch card. Then let me go ahead and take a look at the next level. So you have an 11x17 option, max of 4 characters on here, and as you add characters, it adds $150 to this option. So this is black and white. It's on 11x17, inks and ink wash. And for your form, we actually set it up in case people just wanted to specifically pick 2 characters. They can just pick that, so it automatically sets the price to $550. When it comes in for you. So, if you, I'd like to think that anybody who's using it who want multi-character stuff will be able to pick the exact number that you want and send you the proper request. Now, last year, when you did these, what were some of the? Because I know you did you did quite a few last year. What was some of the? I'm trying to remember some of the characters that you worked on.
This Galactus was the first one that came through, and you can tell I got a little overzealous with it. The next Galactus, if someone else gets a Galactus, he's going to be in space. It's going to be Blackwood stars. It's going to be a planet or two. I did Galactus, and of course, Stingray got a Stingray versus Tiger Shark piece. Then I did a Maestro versus that's the Stingray one. I did a Maestro versus King Thor. There were a lot of versus ones that people picked up for these 11x17s.
Ranga, on the that Galactus piece, the one time that you had a free pass to not do a cityscape, one time, and you chose to do one anyway.
I know, but
it's incredible.
It's like a gift because I can do it and then bitch about it later. Whereas if I did space, I just wouldn't have anything to bitch about. Yeah, this one just felt like it just kind of, I don't know, it just felt right. And this was, 2024, December 24, I think, when we opened the list, and this was the first one I did. So it was kind of nice to watch the First Steps movie and see, kind of similar imagery. I'm not claiming credit for that, but I'm saying it was a nice confluence of events there.
Yeah, no, this came out great. I can't imagine the amount of time you had to put into getting all the lines straight, perspective right.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I was being really clever with all the clouds and stuff, but they weren't enough to cover all those buildings.
Well, this is the Maestro option that you had done, but that's cool that people pick, versus, right? Versus a standard like, Gambit and Rogue or,
Right.
Jean, Cyclops, that sort of thing. Battles are always gonna be a little bit more fun, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like posing them gets a little bit interesting because you kind of run out of poses after a while to
Mhm.
people fighting. But yeah, it's a great creative challenge. I love it.
Thank you, Tatiana, for getting that link in the chat for me. I had copied it and forgot to paste it. So we have the sketch card tier, we have the 11 by 17 tier, and then we also have that very large 18 by 24 inch tier that you're working on this time, and it is on a single Strathmore board. So these are huge. And you can see I ran out of space to put copy on here. You did mention in your outline that if people needed you to ship it after the show, like they could see it there, but you could work out for a small fee, shipping it to them after the show if they didn't bring a portfolio big enough to put this in.
Absolutely. I didn't want to just ship it from home. So I would bring it to the show. So, kind of people can hold on to their art, like, check it out in person, etc. And if they didn't have anything to kind of a large portfolio to take it back with, yeah, I'll take it home and after the show, ship it back to them. And I think it's just a flat $25 to ship it. I've got Masonite cut at that size. I keep it here. So yeah, they'll be safe in transit that way.
Awesome. And see, this is the Galactus problem all over again. Like you had to draw that thing. No clouds on this one. No planes to cover anything up. I mean, the gargoyle
No.
does a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. This one was intentional, though. I mean, it's Spidey. I mean, how can you not have Spidey in his city?
Exactly. And then I think you gave us a couple multi-character pieces to show off here. Yeah, here we go.
This was a pre-show, a 2-character pre-show as well from last year. Oh, I keep saying last year. It was actually earlier this year. It feels weird because I haven't taken any commission lists since OAX. Just kind of been wrapped up. So this would be the first commission list I'm taking since OAX 2025 or December last year.
Have you just been really busy?
Yeah, busy, yes, but also started on the creator-owned book, so that's taken up a lot of my time. It's it goes slowly. I'm not a natural interiors guy, so lots of learning and stuff like that. But it's been fun. Yeah, I can see why people get addicted to it because I'm constantly just raring to go on those, but I do miss doing commissions.
Cool. Are you going to be bringing any of the originals or anything that we can see at OAX related to this project?
Yeah, the goal is I should have the book complete. I'm about halfway through the book right now, and it's all traditional, of course. So I have a stack of pages. I'm not selling any of the pages, but I'll bring it by so people can see the art in its original form.
That's awesome. But it won't be well. That'll be cool. I'll definitely swing by your table to check out what you're able to show off at that point. But so this is the last image we have. You get four X babes on this one, and then this option would be a $1750 option with the 3 additional characters on top of the $1,000 base price, just to give everybody an idea.
Right. This is the topped out version of this option.
Very nice. All right. Well, I can see you've gotten some emails, so that's a good start.
Oh, awesome!
We have a question about your book. What's the name?
What's the name of the upcoming book? It's called Eternal. I was hoping my little marketing strategy here would have worked. Shit, it's right there. That's the Ashcan.
Here, we'll go full screen so we can see it a little bit better. There we go.
We printed an 8-page Ashcan for Heroes. So people got a preview of the book. Oh, Jesus, that light. Okay. but yeah, so I'm about halfway through the book right now. I'll show you. No one's seen this before, but I just did my first DPS for the book. Can I pop it up here?
Yes, please. Oh,
Yeah, just being a masochist again. There's that city. Yeah, first DPS. No one's seen that before. David, who's my co-creator on the book, is probably gonna love that I popped that up on here.
are you under a strict NDA agreement?
Hell no! This is we're co-owners of the property. I'm allowed to be 50% stupid on it.
Don't worry, no one here is going to tell anyone.
Yeah. This crowd is renowned for their discretion.
Definitely are. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And again, cityscapes are your thing now. People, you might even get that.
This is not the show to be advertising that on.
Right. It's back to that. Thor versus Loki with a big cityscape behind them. I think that's what you're going to get as a
Cosmic Cube, Hammer, Cityscape. Yes.
Right.
Godzilla. Someone's got to do a Godzilla because that would just be like ideal with all the whole.
I don't think I've ever drawn Godzilla before. I think that'd be pretty neat. Just like squishy humans and just all sorts of wreckage. Yeah, that'd be fun. I bitch about it, but I really kind of it's really zen-like doing cities is what I like about it. Once I've got the problem solving and the perspective out of the way, then it's just noodling away at things. So, yeah, no, I just like to whine. I enjoy doing cityscapes.
You either like tech or you don't, and you like tech. That part of it. It's just I know a lot of people hate it, but if you like it, that's awesome because a lot of people hate it.
Yeah. You get past like the first hour of laying it out, and then you're good to go. It's all autopilot from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for presenting those options for us and showing us that. And I'm glad we got a few POAXs in there for you already. I'm looking at Jeremy and Eric, and I'm thinking they probably don't paint. You guys haven't had to paint backgrounds like that too often, right? Giant cityscapes, all the windows, get the perspective 100%. Or have you? I guess.
Yeah, painting anything like a cityscape or any kind of building is pretty. It's fun in organic shapes. You can have fun and play and everything, but when you get to your like walls and windows, it gets a little bit tricky.
Sure.
Yeah, it's got to be a nightmare if you're painting it. I mean, I'm just using microns.
With oils, it's pretty tricky.
Your audio is breaking up on us a little bit, Eric.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know Eric's done, several commission pieces where you get kind of that corner or that little bit, right? So enough to ground it so there's a city, but it's not the full cityscape. I don't know what Jeremy would do if he absolutely had to do a cityscape for something. He might just jump out the window. I mean, I'm not sure.
Well, that's why I have a bunch of tubes of titanium white. I just paint it all, paint it all white, graphic space.
Just do the city in a blizzard, right?
It's snow or it's a building or it's yeah.
Well, there's always a way you can work the characters into like Central Park or something because you do a wonderful job, with the outdoor scenes. I remember that Wolverine image. I know that's one of the images as an example we're going to show here. There's always ways to work some foliage and stuff into a cityscape to minimize it, like that cloud that almost covered up part of the city there for Arango. You can buy your ash can online. I didn't even know that, Arango.
Yeah, you can, and I probably shouldn't be advertising this part too. But if you don't want to pay for it, there's also a free digital download. Just go ahead and read the first 8 pages, guys, and then when the book comes out, buy it, read it, support it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Maybe you'll read the first 8 pages and say, it sucks, and you won't read, get the other one. But we're hoping that's not the case.
I am sure that's not the case. All right. Well, Eric, you get to go next. We're going alphabetically. We'll do Jeremy as our last one. But Eric, again, this is your second time back. I got a Thor from you in 2024. It turned out fantastic. I really liked it, and I think that anybody who picked up something from you at that show was probably very happy with the pieces they got. And let me go ahead and we can get you started here with your options, and we're starting with some sketch card options as well. So first up, you have a single character painted sketch card. So I think, like as you see there, it says simple colors or straight grayscale at $150. And are these, Tatiana? These are going to be on the TD Art cards. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're planning to do them on the TD Art cards, so the limited TD Art stock for this year.
Yep.
And this is a special offering. This is not something that we've ever offered. Eric and I talked at length about trying to, we wanted to offer something just for OAX that's special. And so this category is special OAX only offering.
Now, I should let everybody know, too, that when you're clicking the link off of OA Expo to go over and fill out the form, we're working with Tatiana's website team, which is, of course, us, and it sends you over to the TD Art Gallery, where you can submit your inquiry through Tatiana's TD Art Gallery website. And there you go. Got that highlighted in the chat for everybody. So, I think... Are there limits on the levels that we're doing here as well, Tatiana?
Okay, I'm going to read this because it's hilarious. So Eric and I were chatting a couple hours ago, and he says, how many pre-books are we going to open up? Or is the answer yes? So the answer is yes, and we will keep a close eye on it, and we're going to have to close it at some point, but I wanted to, because it just depends on what kind come in of the different types. And so we will make that decision, but they will definitely be limited.
Very good. So this was the like I say, the simple colors or grayscale sketch card. Then we also have a fully painted sketch card where those are priced at $250. We have a couple examples of some nice spider sense tingling image, right? And those are always fun, doing the half mask with Peter. And then we have full mask here, right? Yeah, there we go.
And
That's
this is
another
actually, that is one of the $150 ones, the Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misread the slide. So you're saying this would be the 150 with minimal color because it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I fix the slide. I'm sorry. So you
Or
leave
I
it to
might have
me.
put it in wrong too. It could have also been me.
Oh, I'm sure it was me. I should have asked. I apologize, Tatiana. But all right, well, so there you go. So this could be a $150 option. Really, so I guess it's character dependent, and more than anything, right? Whether or not color can be worked into the $150 level.
Yeah, and a lot of it's level of detail, and it's Eric's process, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, with this option,
you want to talk? Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot more just flatter colors. With the painted, I really get in there, get opaque, get really detailed, and really flesh things out a lot more. But this is just another tier, that might interest folks at that price category. This is acrylic; it's multimedia, whereas the painted would just be paint. So.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more multimedia here just to provide a different offering and one that's might be more affordable for some.
Awesome.
So Bill, can you go back to the Peter Parker, the Spidey Sense?
Oh yeah. Let me switch over to that. There we go.
Yeah, so you can just see, if you really look at it, you can see that there's a difference. Like there's a lot more detail and more depth in this piece. And this takes, about twice as long as the other ones do. And so it's, we wanted people to have options. And some people really want to get like the fully painted option. And then I know some people want to be able to, get a few more pieces, a few more commissions done in order for them to be able to do that, having the lower price point is helpful. So obviously they will all look great regardless of which tier you choose. And on the $150 tier, you would choose whether you wanted grayscale or the simple colors.
Oh, cool. So in a way, I think when you're choosing which character you want, you know, you can think about how you want to, you know, what would make the most sense if you wanted to go with the simple coloring for it. So, no, that's awesome.
And if
Let's see.
people aren't sure, they can always put the request in and we can talk about it and figure out what would be the best option for them.
Mm-hmm. So after the sketch card tier, you do have a 9x12 option as well. So these are going to be done either in acrylic and or oil. Really up to Eric's choice there. These are $450. This is the level that I got in 2024. It's phenomenal. So there's you'll have like no or very limited background behind that. Again, that's going to be up to you, Eric, as far as what works or is needed for the piece, I imagine.
Yeah, whatever serves it best. Definitely put that in there.
Yep. And so single character bust on this one, and I think I have a second example of that level here with a nice Wolverine. Yeah, it's fantastic. And are these on board?
This was on board. I've kind of run the gambit of different surfaces. This is on pretty thick masonite. The Man Thing is on Bristol. Bristol's kind of nice because it's nice to transport. It's easy to frame. If anyone does want a certain surface, they can definitely request that, and we can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, masonite's always a good,
Yeah, I love it for oil for sure.
Yeah.
The nice thing about acrylic is you have so many options for surfaces. So, yeah.
So Jason had a question about prepay or pay at show. So for show pickup commissions, I usually offer either pay in full up front, or you can pay half up front and half balance at the show.
Well, that makes sense. We had I forget, one of the artists was only wanted to collect the money at the show, and we had people saying, "No, I want to give him my money now so I can save up and have more money when I go to the show versus having to carry more money." So continue your question.
Yeah, some people are like, I need to pay you now because I can't trust myself to save that money until later.
So let's see, we have, so after the 9x12 bust, we have a full figure 9x12 as well. And again, there'll be limited backgrounds or no backgrounds on these. Again, these are on 9x12, price on this is $550. And I think we had a second example. That's right. We had a Superman. There we go.
Yeah, so these were all ones that were part of the commissions that Eric took earlier this year. So the painting examples you've shown so far have been in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I remember when how did that round of commissions go?
It filled up very quickly. And this is actually the first time we've opened it since, and that this is the first time we've opened sketch card commissions at all, because the only time we opened them before, it was this very special like end of the Upper Deck artist proof kind of offering. So this is the first time we have opened like regular sketch card commissions at all.
Always the one thing we appreciate with the reps and artists that come to OAX is offering things that are unique for the show. So like, Aranga doing those sketch cards and the sketch cards that Eric's doing. I mean, it just adds a layer and a level of uniqueness about OAX that we just appreciate, and we know that the attendees and collectors who come to the show appreciate that too. Now the next level is 11 by 14, single character, full figure. Again, acrylic or oil. Just depends on what's needed there. A limited background, and so you hear some buildings though, Eric. So at the $800 level, you will tackle a building or two.
Yeah, and this was in oil, so yeah, it made things a little interesting for sure. Always fun though.
Maybe you should just sketch it out and send it to Aranga.
Yeah,
Then
there we go.
You can finish the building.
I can have him pre-paint it too.
Hey, I'm at your service, Eric.
Yeah, I'll hit you up after this. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah,
So,
this is what I was talking about earlier. He's done a few commissions where you just get that little peek, right? So you know. Cityscape.
That's all that's needed. That's great. Great Spidey there. Now, I think the other options at this size are for 2 characters. Yeah, that's right. So
Mhm.
11 by 14, same size. Backgrounds at the artist's discretion. $1,200 is the price for these, and you will consider adding additional characters. So if somebody really wanted 3 characters, they can, when they contact Tatiana through TD Art Gallery, that's something that she'll work out with Eric to see if that's a possibility. But I mean, this is just a great image. All the color choices. I mean, you got 2 characters who have pretty distinct costumes, but I love the hint of kind of a pink purple in the sky behind them, and again, just the hints of the buildings. That's all you need.
And that well rendered one piece in the front.
That's right. And where was it? Oh, here you go. Not that we want to make Alberto feel like we're targeting him or anything, but here's another 2 character 11 by 14 with both Spider-Man and Captain America on it.
This was a commission for a fantastic collector who I got to meet at OA Expo this year, one of our card art guys. So he was really excited to get this one, and I think Eric knocked it out of the park. This was they had talked back and forth a little bit about how it was going to be framed, and I think team ups can sometimes be a little bit harder than versus without them being a little bit bland, and I think this came out really great.
Yeah, nope, I agree. I'm sure the commissioner was very happy when they got this one. I don't remember seeing if it wound up on CAF though. I'll have to go back and check. Now that was the last level, right? Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
Well, Eric, this is it's always exciting. One of the things that we really enjoy about OAX is like after the show, getting to see all the collectors, picking up their pieces. We get to see some of them at the show. Most of the time, we don't get to see what people pick up, and then hopefully most of them, whether they post it on CAF or their socials or whatever, it's always fun seeing all this artwork that gets created, because the show happened. And I'm looking forward to seeing what pieces you get to do, and hoping to see them wind up on the website once all is said and done.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Those were really nice, Eric.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that Wolverine was awesome. You could tell he has a good dentist.
Yeah, that was a companion piece for a collector. I had a lot of fun doing that, and the other one as well. So Wolverine's always fun to draw and paint.
Yeah, the collector wanted the bust, and then there's also a full figure. It was, I think I put it in the examples. It's where he's the full figure Wolverine and he's on the Sentinel head.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember that piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be cool to do, back to the versus idea with something like that, and then you do a companion piece, like saber as well, and then hanging the separate, on the wall. But I have yet to do it. But I've always thought about that. It's like that would be a good idea. Get the same artist. So
I think pieces like that are fun. People don't do them often enough.
All right, Jeremy, you are on the hot seat now.
Oh,
Hey, are you going to IX this year?
I am. Yes, I am. I'll see you there.
Good. Awesome.
And
Okay.
as of today, will be in the main show. That's brand new news. I was not supposed to say anything yet.
No, it's a yeah, it was a sort of last minute change. I wasn't able to go. I have a massive workload of illustrations. In the last 6 months, I'll be doing a little bit over 70
Mhm.
illustrations. So
Wow.
yeah,
Nobody tell Pat and Jeannie I just said that, okay? Shh.
I
Secret.
would never say anything to him. But no, that's awesome. That's wonderful.
Breaking all kinds of news on this show today.
yeah, right,
All
yeah.
right.
So okay, so let's take a look at the options that you have, and I know that we have an 11 by 14 option, which I think is the first one we're showing here. So this could be, it's inks, watercolor, and/or oils. I think it's really kind of again, whatever if you feel works best with the character, Jeremy. But this is again 11 by 14 option, painted at $900. And for anybody who hasn't seen Jeremy's work, it's just very striking. I mean, the way you handle the colors, there's always like a high contrast with the way you work your figures into a piece, or if there is a landscape in there, everything is just they just pop. And the compositions work well with the color choices you make. And I've always felt you were really a unique painter, and it was so wonderful seeing your work say 6 or 7 years ago, and then now having you working in comics and other IPs that are kind of adjacent to a lot of the stuff we see on CAF. I mean, it's just wonderful seeing your progression from from early on to now, but you've always had that wonderful contrast and just approach to your paintings. It's very 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 unique, and this Moon Knight is a great example of that.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
So Jeremy and I were also racking our brains trying to figure out something special to offer for the show. So this is a very special offering at a price that we would normally never offer. And we're hoping that this allows some people who like Jeremy's art but maybe haven't been able to get anything before to get a piece from him, a nice painted piece from him.
Here, and I didn't post the link in the chat. Now everybody has it. And again, that links you directly over to TD Art Gallery. And yeah, I thought this was a great option, Jeremy. Because I know that you put a lot of time into these paintings too, and you are a busy guy. So I was very happy to see an option that is at this level. Because if everybody has seen some of the commissions that came out of OAX, the ROM painting was just unbelievable. I mean, you worked your butt off on that piece, and there's a lot of strategic things that go into those aluminum and copper based paintings that we're going to see in a little bit here. But
Ain't
yeah,
kidding. Yeah.
yeah, there's a reason you're one of the few people who actually don't mind tackling that that as a base to work off of. So let's see. So this is our first level single character, 11 by 14 for $900, and then we have let me switch over to this one here. So this was the Wolverine image I was mentioning earlier, and this is a single character, limited background, of course at Jeremy's discretion. This will be painted in oils. It's on 16 by 20, priced at $4,000, and I know that these are very limited. These are you're only going to be taking I think one of this and one of the other the aluminum or copper platforms, and then we have this other one that's the same option, 16 by 20, $4,000 for that single character, and again, really really nice.
So, if I may, on this piece, there's one thing to note too. So it kind of depends on who the character is and what the concept is and everything. But all the little skulls that you see in the background and in the shadows and everything, I carved those out of linoleum, and so those are actually like basically stamped into the paint as well. So there's quite a lot that goes into even just a single figure like that, depending again on the character and everything like that. So.
I think that's good to explain because it's something that just looking it out on a screen, people might not realize that.
Yeah, it was a good way to describe the multitude of souls, if you will. So
Yeah, that's
This
great.
is
And
what-
again, composition is wonderful on this. Yeah,
This is what I want to see. See, this all that talking and figuring it out was worth it because we got Jason.
Oh boy, that's awesome. But yeah, again, it's the shape of the umbrella, the lighting, the shadow. I mean, it all just works so well together. So this is great. And you're right. Your work always did have kind of a I don't know. I don't want to say textural, but it's true. I mean, it does have that, and then you really have to have that when we showed the next types of pieces where you're painting on copper or aluminum. I mean, there's definitely layers to the piece. So this one's really nice, and maybe just show that Wolverine one more time with a little different background. But again, you get a little. I guess you get a little Sabretooth in this one, or maybe that's Wendigo coming at him.
aiming for Sabretooth. I love taking chances on shape design and leaving the story to the viewer and everything like that. So yeah.
And Rom 2814 is in the chat.
I was gonna say I feel like I know that guy right there.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, we can segue into the next level then too, and we'll actually go ahead and I'll just show this third. We'll just show it first. We have the Rom piece that you did for Rom. This is the $8,000 level. It is again 16 by 20 approximately. I mean, it's because of the base on this one. It was aluminum was the base that this was painted on, but yeah, this is fun. I mean, it's it's got your distinct styles, and then I feel like it has a little Ditko thrown in with some of the stylings of the in space there. But I think I was blown away when I saw this. I know Rom was as well, and I think a lot of people on CAF were surprised to see how this thing turned out. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard to photograph and really put into perspective what it looks like for people versus seeing it in person. So if you're going to OAX and hopefully we'll have some copper pieces or aluminum pieces there with me to see in person, because really very striking, with the metal and everything like that. And I got to tell you, it takes a lot of planning to do something like this because there's no room for error.
No.
I also wanted to say, anybody who's interested in Jeremy's process, if you want to learn more and you didn't watch Jeremy's panel at the last Comic Art Live, go onto CAF Plus, go into the videos from the last Comic Art Live, and Jeremy talks a lot about his process on several different pieces. There's a lot of really, really cool detail information stuff. So I would encourage people to watch it. We have people asking about isn't that heavy?
So it depends. With the aluminum panels, my experience thus far has been to purchase pre-made or pre-mounted rather aluminum panels. With the copper panels, I have more of a specific process that I like, to where I'm actually burnishing the copper with a very, very fine steel wool, but it depends on the character that I'm painting, and it depends on the character I'm painting as far as the polish of the copper as well. I can make it a little bit more rough. I can make it super fine. So it really all depends, as well as the composition too.
Here we have a Mohawk Storm. We've been talking about Mohawks today. This was a fun one too. I mean, I love the stark white on the costume. Turned out really well. And then I think was there one other one? Yeah, there was. That was the Dr. Fate.
I'm sorry.
it's amazing, Jeremy. I mean, yeah, I
Thank
saw
you.
this at IX, and I was just blown away. It was probably my favorite piece, and where you were at in the main gallery just was like the perfect spot. You always saw this piece, so I felt like I saw it every time I walked through that room, and it's such an amazing job on this one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's like I said, it depends on the character and everything. I came up with this on my own, but I felt like the more vertical composition worked well for what I had intended. And then, yeah, it's really fun. It's a lot of front end planning, I will say, because once you put a brush stroke down, it's really hard to get it back up without just redoing the entire piece.
Hmm.
So
That's interesting because usually oils are like so forgiving, so that's got to be just a very different mindset working in this way.
yeah, so once I put a brush stroke down, if any oil, even an errant, say, hair on the brush, touches the copper, it's leaving some sort of mark. So I have to be, depending on the severity of the mark, it can be wiped up or whatever. But yeah, it's very possible it has to be, a little bit more intense.
Well,
And just so people know, Jeremy is only taking one
One.
pre-show
Yeah.
commission of the 16 by 20, the regular one, and then only one of the copper or aluminum.
And I think it's important to also say, happy to do it with the 16 by 20 as well. But for the metal pieces, I think it's definitely important to have a discussion with, whoever the client might be, what piece of metal it could be on. For instance, I think copper works for certain characters and maybe not for others, but again, it depends on what sort of costume they've got, what era and things like that. So
Yeah, like somebody just mentioned, like Wolverine. Like,
I mean,
yeah, Roman.
totally see it. Yeah, like I've got Doctor Doom in my mind on aluminum.
yeah, that'd be great.
That's when I have any free time, that might come to fruition. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really, really good characters. But yeah, there are certainly some that might not be great choices. So that's always going to be whoever reaches out and wants to get one, will, I'll start that discussion, and, Jeremy can talk to you and figure out what's going to work the best for you. Yeah, somebody said Colossus. Like, yeah, obviously.
And Colossus. Yeah, that
I mean, they're all going to look cool. It's just how you, again, it's a discussion. Yeah. So
Like Magic would be super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good ones.
Jeremy, those all looked incredible, but that Dr. Fate was something else, man. That was
thanks, man.
yeah, that was ridiculously cool.
Hey, listen, it's already sold. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well then it's a piece of shit.
But if you would like to commission one of your own,
Hey, the way the pre-show list is going, I may just do that right now. Someone took you up on your Godzilla suggestion, Tatiana.
awesome. Yay.
Jerome Lim, thanks, bud.
Nice. It's always good.
It
when
just
that's
seemed like a
done.
no-brainer to me, so I'm glad somebody agreed.
Do they have a
Yeah.
number of buildings specified?
Right, exactly. I was
Because
just gonna
No,
say
they
the
didn't,
number
but I've already problem solved the shit out of this. I'm gonna do like worm's eye view, so his foot covers most of the image. And then just go up, and then you can just have like tiny buildings, around him.
And then you'll see like up his nose a little bit.
Yeah. I got you, Jerome. I got you.
Oh man, that's well, again, this is why seeing what comes out of OAX from these pre commissions was just so much fun, right? I mean, we get to kind of see some of the what we hear about. I mean, that's funny that Godzilla got picked. You could almost have him stepping on Bob Layton's toe or something like that. Now that might work kind of, but yeah, no, that's awesome. So I did see some commissions come in for our Eric and Jeremy, so all that stuff is great, and we thank everybody for this. The opportunities are live on oax-expo.com, so you can always just go over there and check and see which opportunities are still available. And yeah, I think we'll be sending out a mailing tomorrow too, announcing, reminding everybody who hasn't been tuning in and watching the shows what opportunities are still available. This was I think the 4th drop total that we've done since we started these rounds of pre-OAX. So it'll be good to let everybody know that hasn't been tuning in live to these shows. Godzilla versus Bambi. Yeah, that was a classic cartoon, wasn't it? Little strip there. Bambi didn't survive that one.
Was that a thing? I'm sorry, I grew up overseas. I don't know. Is that a thing you guys
I don't
did
know
in
what
America?
that is.
Okay.
I think I'm sure if you go to YouTube and I don't think it was a very long little animation, but yeah, there was an animation of a Godzilla foot and a Bambi. I remember it. I mean, unless I was on, well, I don't know. I did go to art school, so it might have been a period where I might have blanked out on a few things. But yes, I do think there's something out there, Godzilla versus Bambi.
Okay, the trauma of losing her mom wasn't enough. You just got to
Exactly.
They have like Attack on Titan type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, well again, I'm looking forward to having all 3 of you at the show. This is going to be OAX 2026. It's just under 6 months away now, or maybe we're closing in on 5 now. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. We're really excited about it. Like you said, we've got more space this year, so we're going to have more exhibitors, a few more artists, and it's just going to be the show just keeps evolving and growing. And I think the more things that we can add to it, like the Friday events, it's just going to make this, the must-go-to event if you're a collector, and the event you want to go to if you're a creator too, because it's there's a lot of opportunity, and you're meeting all the right people in this hobby. Oh, Marcus is still riffing in the chat there, but all right. Well, listen, guys. Again, thank you for coming on and doing this with me, Tatiana. Always fun seeing you again. We get to see each other a few times a week. And no, it's great to have you on here with us as well. 161 days. There you go, Kazra.
Not that Kazra's counting or anything.
Wow.
He probably has like a countdown like right next to his monitor, and that's why he's stressed out whenever we meet. Like it's clicking right in front of his eyes.
I think he's just clawing bars on the wall, just like
Before he goes to bed every night, it's like
yeah, just using nails. He's down to bloody stubs right now.
Yeah, countdowns are evil. Well, yeah, it is what it is, though. But we're very excited to pull this all together for everybody, and we're glad that you're a part of it. And that's what it's just a wonderful thing to do. But so, all right, well, listen, have at it. I think everybody's got some commission work to work now. So we got you started on that path, and again, anybody who's out there who has any questions. Even so, Aranga's form goes right through the OAX website, but you can still submit them an inquiry that way as well. And if there's questions you have related to what you wanted to draw, you can do that. And then obviously you'll be working through Tatiana for Jeremy and Eric. But yeah, I mean, don't think that it's kind of a one-way street here. You can ask questions before the deal gets signed off on and everything. So please, and if there's anything that we can help facilitate at the beginning of the process, just let us know, and we appreciate it.
Just I'll be reaching out to everyone that emailed to kind of go over ideas and stuff like that. Just give me a couple of days. I'll get around to everyone here shortly.
yeah, you got a bunch. You got a lot of people to email back.
It's those sketch cards, man. They're killing it.
Yep. Oh, the sketch
All right,
cards
yeah,
are the fastest too. They're the fastest always.
Yeah.
And we and just you don't have them in hand yet, but our intent is to get them out within like 30 days to all the artists who are taking on the OAX stocked cards. So those will be so you can't start them, but you can at least give some get things rolling with the conversation with the buyers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thanks everybody. We will I'm sure we'll all be talking in the lead up to this, and if there's anything that we can help you with in that process, please let us know. And Tatiana, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you want to talk about the Spider-Man drop?
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Yes, you must stay on with me. I'm sorry, Tatiana. It is on my
Eric, I
notes
want
right
you to
here,
stay
too.
on too. Because
right.
Eric's part of the drop, so I'm gonna make Eric stay on too.
All right. I apologize. I did have that on my notes.
Hey, thanks, Bill and Tatiana. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank y'all. I'll see you in October.
All right.
Bye, Jeremy.
See you
Yeah, we'll
guys.
see you in
Bye.
a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Tatiana, for the reminder. I just have to go load that up. But yeah, we have a Spider-Man art drop. Let me I had to get over to that folder on our share.
Jeremy, you can stay if you want, or you can leave. I know you're not going to be on the drop, so that's up to you.
I am totally happy to stick around and just listen, unless it's
Yeah.
going to take away. Eric, do you feel like it's going to take away from you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
We'll just wrangle
for
you
those-
into
yeah.
some cards.
So this is
I wish. I have more paintings due than there are days.
I hear you.
Yeah, I always invite Jeremy, but I understand when he says no. But one of these days, I'll get him to be in the drop.
Spider-Man was the closest schedule-wise. Yeah.
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 Actually,
We'll
a
make
card
it
would look cool with some of the metallic foiling on it. The gold leaf would look great in the card.
Don't tempt
I'm
me.
transferring the files over on my other computer here, Tatiana. Just give me 1 minute. But yeah, can you give them the dates and everything while I'm pulling this up?
Yeah. So the event is on Saturday, September 27th. I'm grabbing my calendar. Should be September 27th, right? That's that Saturday. Yeah, and it is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And for those of you who came to the last one, it'll be a kind of a similar format, but several of the artists that I work with are doing sketch cards. Last time the theme was Superman because we were theming it around that movie that came out at the beginning of July. And so the theme this time is Spider-Man to go with the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man set that comes out on September 26th. And maybe I'll give away some Spider-Man card stuff during the show too. So have that to look forward to as another thing for coming to the show. So so the theme is just anything Spider-Man, so it's a little bit more open, mostly Spider-Man characters, but you'll see some other Marvel characters here and there. Spoiler alert, the 3 sketch card images that we showed earlier for examples for Eric for OAX are actually cards that he also, it's like a dual purpose. Those will be part of the Spider-Man drop, which is why they were all Spider-Man related. So, and thank you, Eric, for going crazy and did not have time to do that this week, but he did it anyway. We were planning to do that a couple weeks from now. So thank you for making that work.
Yeah, I'll get some more done as well. See what other characters I can whip up and get those sent to you for the drop as well.
There we go.
So, people are just sending them to me as they're done. So that's Miles Morales from Alex Conat. So he's done it. He's finished a couple so far. Nothing's priced yet, but we'll be basing it off of the pricing last time. I love this piece. I love the hand. Alex is thoughtful about things like that. It's very cool.
Yeah,
So.
that's very nice. I'm not, Gwen would want to buy that. She's a big
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I should have just told everyone just to draw Spider-Gwen, and then feel like, oh, we don't have a show. Bill bought them all for Gwen. Sorry.
Right. No, she gets enough Spider-Gwen artwork, but yeah, this one is very nice. I love the fact that just not drawing all the outlines for the character there on the back of the hood and everything. It's just a great composition for such. Again, it's a sketch card, everybody, and Alex is just packing a lot into that one. That's fantastic.
So this
cool.
is Charles. Yeah. So it's nice to have characters that are a little bit outside. So very cool blade. And I know people are excited. And there goes Charles is in the chat right now.
Yeah, there he is singing.
So this was a FF piece. So there were people who were like, oh, you should have done FF instead of Superman. Well, look, now you have an FF piece you can combined.
Exactly. And I mean, a lot of these images are in color. I know that when we did the Superman drop, there was kind of like a balance. Some is half in color, maybe half were black and white. Usually, you should be getting the black and white ones first.
I know. I don't know. All the color ones are coming in first.
Oh, look at that!
I love this one.
That's so good.
Charles was like, "Should we do? Are people going to care?" I'm like, I didn't even tell him. I'm going to tell you now that you're in the chat, dude. This piece is so good. I love this piece. I'm so glad that we have this piece. It's so good. It just is like perfect for his character. Like his eyes are just like about to pop out of his head.
Yeah. No, it's a wonderful characterization of Jameson. I love it. Oh wow,
Yeah, this one's.
it's got like a graffiti vibe to it. I mean, that's cool. Dang.
Yeah, I think Charles had fun with doing different styles on them, so they all feel a little bit different.
Yeah.
Another Gwen for you.
Yeah.
I love the background on this. It really pops the character. It's fun. And again, this is a sketch card. Like, you guys are ridiculous. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like Kirby Crackle done in greens and blues and pinks, but I love it.
And then a classic. And they're all kind of like fighting with like different. They're all similar but different, which is fun. And I like the classic kind of color stippling in the back. That's really cool.
Oh wow. Wow.
So Dylan sent a couple pieces that are both glow in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the pieces he did last time.
Well, Dylan's pieces were a lot of fun, a lot of detail. I remember the crypto piece was one of everybody's favorites. It was just such a fun piece, and he's kind of carrying over that kinetic kind of style that he has over to this too. And if they glow in the dark, all the better.
Yeah, very cool. I love that we live in a time where you can have glow in the dark paint now. He just sent me this one today or yesterday. I love this. This one's also glow in the dark.
Not bad. Oh, and then we get a Spidey classic.
Look how many buildings he fit in a sketch card.
Oh, and there we go. Eric's piece.
Yeah, and then Eric's pieces, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun on that Superman show with the sketch cards. So this is going to be a nice kind of complement to that one, and I look forward to doing more of these, Tatiana. It's great. It's fun having artists be challenged with a smaller space to work on and seeing how much detail you can put into this. But yeah, this is great, Eric.
Yeah, I'll have to get it scheduled for next year. Maybe Jeremy should just tell me what he wants to do and the timing, and then we'll just set it for that. We have people in the chat. Can we just sell them now? No, you guys have to come back on the 27th at 2 p.m.
They're like, we're here now and we have money.
Yeah, if there's any requests for characters, put them in the chat. I'm still trying to think of like, Sinister Six, and I'm like, well, which Sinister Six? And so
that's not a bad idea because we still have some time.
Interesting to see what people are looking for. I mean, it's pretty easy. You can do every card as Spider-Man, but definitely want to add some variety in there for sure. So.
Yeah, so there we go. You can see that.
That's cool.
That's awesome. See, and those you really have to think about how you're going to display it, because this isn't something you want to end up in a binder with a bunch of other sketch cards. Ideally, you'd find a way to display it so you at least So at least during the right times of the year. I don't know if it's Halloween or whenever, but you got to be able to take this thing out and see it in all its glory. And there you go. That's
Yeah,
the
that I
spout.
love that.
That's cool. I love that he did the teeth.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was just the pumpkins.
And Charles says that's a poster quality image that's pocket sized. I 100% agree with you.
There, I think
A
that was
couple
the last
people
one.
are asking for Spot. There's character choice wise, a couple people mentioned Spot. And we have Ghost Spider and Craven.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. That's yeah, we're going to have a good time on that show. And that's a
Well,
2
you
p.m.
know,
start time.
Jeremy has cards, so if he just happens to get, like a day where he's like, all I want to do right now is paint Spider-Man, he
If his
can.
brush just slipped and
If it just
went onto
slipped
a-
off of what
yeah.
he was working on onto a
Yeah.
sketch card,
it happens.
No pressure.
Jeremy's like, why did I stay on? Why? Why am I here?
I'm just laughing because I'm literally working on a Spider-Man cover for Marvel right now.
Wow. All
So,
right.
yeah. But not a sketch card, sorry.
We know you're not going to have time, Jeremy. It's fine. We're just teasing you. But hopefully one of these days you'll have time to do one or two.
I can't wait till I have free time.
Oh, what's that? I don't even know.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Well, this is the Spidey show is going to be great, and again, OX is going to be great with everyone there, a few other TD Art members, I'm sure.
Yes, we'll have announcements coming very soon, and then there will be pre-books related to that too. So I'm excited, really, really excited. I'm really excited to meet Eric in person because we have not met in person yet.
I know you're gonna teach me magic as well, right? I think.
Yes, I'm gonna make him learn how to play Magic. He
Good luck
wants
to
some
you.
of the
Good luck to
Spider-Man
you,
cards,
Eric.
and I'm like, I'll get you some of the Spider-Man cards, but then I have to also teach you how to play Magic. So that goes together.
Yeah, it'll be fun to learn. I'm worried that I'll get addicted to it though, and it's a whole
That's
other
what
ballgame,
happens.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of
I'm not
people
a fan.
addicted to it at the show this year. We got people who play regularly now, so it happens.
Eric had a question from Chris in the chat wanting to know if he had a website or are you on YouTube where people can watch you paint?
Watching me paint, not on Instagram, but I've done some live streams with David where
Mhm.
we've painted live, but we haven't done it in a while. But
Where were you guys? Where were you guys streaming that before when you were doing it?
on David's YouTube,
On his YouTube? Okay.
yeah, that was like our favorite thing to do was just get on there and paint live.
So if people want to see, there hasn't been any in a while, but older videos, that's on David Finch's YouTube channel.
That is true. And I would assume if they search on Eric's name, he might come up. I would guess that David would have put your name in there. But yeah, I remember seeing you paint with him a few times.
Yeah, quite a few. We had some of our favorite artists on there as well, painting with us, which was
Mhm.
heaps of fun. So we were on a pretty long learning journey. So we're trying to get as many people in as possible to try and figure out different approaches and techniques, and that was a blast.
Mhm. Fantastic. Well, if there's anything that I can help with in the lead up to the Spidey things, Tatiana, or anything OAX, I mean, everybody here at CAF has everything covered here for you. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a ton more
Great.
cards. That was just a sneak peek of what I've gotten so far. So
Right, because we had
there'll be a
about
lot.
70 or 60 cards when we did the Superman drop.
Yeah, I think we had about right around 70. I think we're going to have more because not only are the fans more excited about Spider-Man, but the artists are too. So I think we're going to get probably more detailed stuff and more of them. I had somebody in the chat ask about pricing. We'll have some similar pricing to last time, but I know we're going to end up having more that are priced higher because people are putting a lot more detail and spending more time on them. So, but there will be a nice wide range of pricing, so everybody has.
There's been some character suggestions already, but yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, just hit me up. I'm curious to see what other characters they'd like to see. There's obscure ones or popular ones, or whatever. It'd be fun to include a variety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and remember, Marvel comes DC, so you're always going to have the values a little bit higher on the Marvel side. We all know that, right? In general. So I don't know. Superman's great though. I did love the movie, so I'm not a DC snob, but it is Spidey and his and any character in his universe. His Stingray.
Definitely got a fun rogues gallery.
Yeah, definitely. Spider-Ham, says Charles.
I did a Spider-Ham. I think I sent you a picture of the one Spider-Ham I did.
Yeah, you've done a Spider-Ham before.
That was fun.
We do have a few collectors on CAF who specialize in Spider-Ham art. Yeah. He will always be in demand.
There's some good suggestions already. I should probably be writing this down.
Did you say demand or damned?
that
Boy,
too.
Jeremy, but
That too.
nice. Yeah, exactly. It is amazing though. There are two guys that collect a lot of it. One guy in particular, but there's another gentleman who picks up a few Spider-Ham pieces. But one guy who's he's the number one Spider-Ham collector on the planet in terms of original art. It's always surprising what he digs up from like the 80s and whatnot. Things you wouldn't think were ever on the market or who would have owned it before him, but it's amazing.
Yeah. Things that you completely forgot existed until you see it, and then just like that flood of childhood memory comes back, and you're like, "Yep, I remember this."
Yeah.
Top swine.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh shoot. All right. Well, listen. Again, thank you for doing this, Jeremy and Eric. I mean, it's fun getting the whole OAX season kicked off right, and getting the creators busy that are coming to the show in advance of that, and it's fun. I mean, I would even suggest, and Tatiana, I'm sure you would do this, as maybe some of the pieces get finished, and maybe as long as the collectors are okay with it, we could show a few pieces. We don't need to say who owns them, but if people are okay with that. I would have to believe that it would be fun for the collectors to see those too, especially if one of the artists' lists are still open, then you're able to show off some of the pieces that are already done for it in the lead up to the show. Hey, we might encourage some other people to pick up another commission or something before the lists do get cut off, because I think most artists cut off their lists at least 30 days before OAX or thereabouts. So, and I think we've even had a few people who have said they might even do it sooner, just based on the amount of work they have going on. But yeah.
And if you want a painting, you absolutely have to ask pretty far in advance.
Right.
So I don't like having to move around with oil paintings that are still wet.
Yeah, I was about to say, especially for requests to specifically oil. It's good to get those.
It was just I'm just teasing, because it was the Wolverine piece, the show this year. It's like, okay, it's still wet. Just don't let it touch anything. Don't let it touch anything. It worked out perfect. But
yeah.
So yeah, just make sure any of that kind of stuff that people want to get. We might have some other illustrators offering some painted commissions coming up very soon, in some very next couple of weeks. So, but those will also be people you'll want to get those sooner than later. So, more to come on those. Just a little bit of, a little bit of secret information to get people excited.
Exactly. All right. Well, I got a few other segments to do here tonight, but again, thanks for doing this with us. And again, it's always fun getting to hang out, and we should get you guys on the channel a little bit more often, especially when you've got new pieces to show off behind you, Jeremy. I mean, that's awesome. Getting to see the binary
Every day, man. Every day.
Maybe when that Spider-Man piece is finished that you're working on, we could have you on for a little segment.
I got a Miles Morales zombie cover.
Awesome. See, all right. Well, that
I
sounds
mean,
great.
that's yeah. That's already been previewed.
We'll shoot some video at IX too and share with folks. So
There you go.
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evenings, and you know, I look forward to hanging out with you at OAX and talking to you more in the lead up to the show.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
so much, Bill.
See you, Tatiana.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Yeah, that was fun. No, that's so thank you to everybody who picked up commissions already and did those pre-books. I saw a number of emails coming in for all three gentlemen, and we appreciate your patronage. So again, thank you very much. This isn't the end, of course. We've got we're really just getting started. I think every week we're going to probably have a few more artists being added to the pre-book opportunities with OAX, and yeah, it is the OEX season. I have not gotten on a list yet myself, but I intend to. But I'll let all of you guys get started on it, and then we'll add on from there. But I do like the fact that we are offering more of these sketch cards. That the artists who like to do them are taking them on as part of the pre-books, because it's it just fits the show really well. And yeah, it's I could tell you that I'm going to pick up a few. It's just I wouldn't say I've become addicted to sketch cards over the last year, but it is nice to have a binder where you just put nine on each slide and keep flipping through it and having a lot of artwork to look at. So again, thanks to everybody for helping us get this thing started for those guys. Now, got a few other things to go over, but I do have some videos to show off. John Amore reached out to me. He and the Next Comic Art crew were at the Super Manila Comic Con last weekend. Remember where Jiggy was sporting his beard, showing off to all the other the other people that he can grow a beard and look 10 years older than he is, or maybe look his age because he has that baby face. So I got the video from John, and I've thrown it up here in the studio, so I will go ahead and play that. And I don't know what music John put this to, but we'll find out.
I didn't know there was a slow-mo filter on mine.
There you go, man. That organ was pretty crazy, wasn't it? You don't get to hear organ music going along with some hip hop stuff like that. And at least not in this era. Maybe I've been missing out. Did you see Mike Zeck somewhere in that video clip, Marcus? I didn't. I was not paying close enough attention. No footage of Zach. Yeah, exactly. Where was Zach? I know he was doing a lot of announcements leading up to the show. I remember that, right? He was doing facilitated signings for people through somebody. I can't remember, but I thought it was all happening there. Um, yeah. Oh, you just saw his booth in there. Okay, I missed that. I must have slept through that segment. The Zek banner. But thank you, Johnny Amore, for sending that over. And as always, everybody, that when you're going out to shows, doing collector meetups, we're always very happy to have you send us that material, and we'll play it here on the CAF update, post it to the channel as a standalone. We would encourage you to do that. We uh, Kezra's going to be at Eddie Pecan this weekend, and I'm sure a few things will get videotaped. Maybe some of it we might not want to like re-show on the channel, but it's going to be a good time in Pittsburgh this weekend, and we know you guys get together all the time at different shows, and sometimes prearranged meetups at places nearby. So again, think about us when you're doing that, and even if you're planning on a meetup in particular. I would say, reach out to CAF if it's a few weeks in advance notice. We could always send you some merch to do as a giveaway at something like that. So please, consider us for that, and we'll try to formalize that for everybody. A way for you to reach out to us and have us help support your comic art gatherings. Chris says he wants to invent a Tyler T drinking game, or is there already a Tyler T drinking game? We know he might have a beer or two this weekend, since I know Tyler and Kazra are going to be hanging out there. So I might as well I guess I could show the schedule. It's a little pared down at the moment. Let me see here. Where is that slide? So yeah, first up is the Eddie P show this weekend in Pittsburgh. I know that Kazra and Tyler get in on Friday, kind of, I guess, late afternoon. So I know that they're going to be doing something on Friday, but they're also going to be having and then that's Friday evening, of course, and then on Saturday evening they'll be doing something as well. So if you see him at the show on Saturday, ask him what the plans are, and I'm sure he'll give you the scoop on where everybody will be hanging out and what they'll be doing. But on Friday, since probably based on the time that they're getting there, you can ping Tyler or Kazra through their CAF gallery and ask them, what's going on Friday night if you're in Pittsburgh already a day before the show. So we got that going on. Next week we got we have actually Joe Maddalena is going to be joining me. I think he's only been on the channel one other time before, but he'll be talking with me about that Guillermo del Toro signature auction stuff going on. That is later this month. If you've been paying attention to YouTube, there's been a few videos that I know that Heritage dropped with Guillermo, and I forget the other news outlet that did one. But they actually sent me a small. I thought we were going to get like a 3 to 5 exclusive clip, but it's only, or at least what they sent me so far was a minute and a half Q&A with Guillermo that didn't make it to any of the video clips. So it's kind of cool. He talks a little bit about Wrightson, Magnola, and Kirby in it. So that'll be part of that show next Monday. Then on Tuesday, we have a Jesse Lonergan interview that is dropping through the IC3 show. It'll be episode 7 with Matt Sardo on that one. It's a pre-recorded one, drops at 3 o'clock. And then next Tuesday, Tom Pereira, probably butchered his last name. I'll get it right when he's on the show, though. He is a character collector, primarily Human Torch, but as I was going through his CAF gallery earlier today, he is heavily, I guess, into the Buffyverse, at least as it relates to Spike, because he has a ton of Spike artwork in his CAF gallery as well. Far more Human Torch artwork, but a little bit of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Then next Thursday, if you guys have probably heard, there's this Heritage signature auction going on right now. I did notice earlier today that the Frazetta painting with the with the buyer's premium on it is over $10.7 million right now. So I don't know if that counts as part of the overall comic art weekend, but that's a pretty amazing result so far for that piece. I'm really curious to see where that winds up. But next Thursday's CAF update, definitely Dino and Dan Poddick will be joining me, but we've also invited, of course, Nick and Berkey and Albert. We'll see if they all make it or they don't to recap the Heritage Signature Auction next Thursday as a part of that show. So those are always fun, and Dino and Dan are kind of like the good statesmen for the hobby, and they've been in it a long time, and they've always got good insights. So looking forward to hanging out with them. I'm actually going to go to a con myself on the following Sunday. So Kala Comic Con, it's in Florida, and it's got an okay guest list. Adam Kubert will be there, so I get to hang out with him, talk to him a little bit. Chris Stevens, Tim Townsend, Jay Lee. I can't remember who else is going to be there, but if you're in Central Florida and you're going to the Ocala Con, please let me know. Maybe Dan Goodwin. Maybe we can go up there together. I know. I don't know if you're doing anything that weekend, but that might be fun. We got all access art with Magic the Gathering documentary discussion after that, and then you can see the TD Art Spider-Man sketch card sale on the 27th. Then a few other things. Barucci moved his art drop to the 1st of October. And we got a few other things going on after that. Brian Hitch has moved his show to mid-October as well. So yeah, it's not a heavy schedule, but I can guarantee you that we'll be filling it with different live shows related to OAX. We're going to probably have some pre-book shows that pop in, like we did with the CAX announcements with Kazra and Matt Fuller on Tuesday. I think we're going to see a few more of those happen, where we just come on for an hour and talk with an artist or two and do their pre-book announcements as well. So it's going to be a lot of that for the next 5 months. And I was not watching any of that. Wade Boggs' nephew? No, Brian Boggs is not related to Wade Boggs. Brian's an interesting guy. He's been on CAF. I think he's been on CAF for 20 years. So we've never talked that I know of. I don't remember. But he's got a pretty cool gallery on CAF. He's a big, more like late 60s, 70s collector. He's got a lot of really nice Wrightson artwork in his collection. And yeah, it'll be interesting. So Chris Snork says, I need a Chris Stevens Thor. Honestly, yeah, I don't disagree with you, Chris. I saw, wasn't there, I think Felix posted something socially. I can't remember what character pieces popped up that Chris Stevens worked on, but honestly, God, I thought he'd do a good Thor. So we're thinking along the same wavelength there. All right, Dan. Well, hey, Dan, we emailed earlier this week. Tomorrow, let's talk after you're done working tomorrow, and then we can talk about OcalaCon too. So let's plan on that around 5 or something. Okay, what do I got next here? I actually had a video drop to me of a flip from Alex Johnson. Now everybody knows Alex. He's been into his CAF gallery before. He keeps that long compendium of all the resources in the OA hobby, related to art restorers and God only knows what else. So he's maintained that list for a very long time, and he's been to OAX. He's pretty much at every show I ever go to. So, but he sent a flip out of the blue. Now, I have not watched it. I didn't have a chance to actually edit it because he filmed it all vertically, and you know how messy that ends up kind of being when it's just straight up vertical. I have to crop it and play around with it, but it was, I watched like the first minute and a half and I was like, that's kind of cool. I don't want to like sit on this thing for too long or I'll forget about it. So let me go ahead and load up this video, but I will be on screen while we'll all be looking at it together really for the first time here. Let me see, where are you? Video file. So yeah, I have to do this in the old way since it's not edited. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll look at this together, but I'll kind of let Alex do the talking so you know what the premise is for this. So it isn't a portfolio flip. It is a sketchbook that we're going to be looking at here. Let me see if I add this in.
So I'm going to show you the best sketchbook ever done. This was a gift for my 60th birthday by my wife and my daughters. Kathy spent 3 years going around comic book conventions with me and getting this sketchbook made without my knowledge. Pretty impressive, really great dedication, and just a flat out wonderful gift. So let's see what we have and who did things. So this is Aaron Lopresti doing Wonder Woman. He's quite well known for doing Wonder Woman. He's also a good friend of our family's. I'm very glad to have that. And this is Sarah Richard. She's done a lot of different things over the years and is a really interesting young woman that we greatly enjoy knowing. Katie Cook, who has a webtoon comic called Nothing Special that you really ought to be reading. Also famous for My Little Ponies and other things. Neil Adams had something to do with Batman somewhere along the line. I think it's a terrific Joker. I really like it. Don't think I want him coming to my birthday party, though. David Peterson of Mouse Guard fame.
That's awesome.
Don Rosa of Duck fame. And if you haven't read Don's Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, you are really missing a treat. Joe Rubenstein, Wolverine. Joe worked on the Wolverine miniseries years ago. Really nice drawing. Kathy got this done early in the 3-year cycle. And every year I'd see Joe, he would ask me, "When's your birthday? How old are you?" Figure out what he was doing. But kind of giving me a hint. He'd put something into a sketchbook, I guess. Brent Peoples doing Black Cat from Marvel. I like Brent's work. Einstein from the Manhattan Projects by Nick Patera. Nick's a Houston kid, going on to bigger and better things, lives in Austin now, a couple little girls. Nice guy, good artist. Mike Mayhack, the artist and writer of Cleopatra in Space. And that's a really good series, and you ought to read it. He also has some terrific Supergirl, Batgirl stories that he tells on his website. Tom Zoller, 2 characters from Love and Capes. Dark Blade on the left. On the right-hand side, we have the Crusader. We've known Tom for a long time. One of the first pieces of art I bought, actually, I guess. And pretty early, was a reproduction of one of the covers for Love and Capes. We got to know each other after that. Andy Runton, I love Andy's work. Allie is a terrific book. If you've got little kids, you should get it. The new ones are in color from Scholastic. Really worth buying. Allie and Wormy are terrific. Yale Stewart, the creator of JL8, which you can find on Facebook under that name. Bruce is not your basic happy, upbeat person, and he probably shouldn't come to the same birthday party with Joker anyway. Yeah, this girl's trouble. She's from Morning Glories that Joe Eisman worked on, but I wish would come back. Vanessa's a pain in the gut, literally. Dave Marquez is a family friend, actually. Grew up in Houston, went out to Stafford High School, and that's all right, Stratford High School, and is friends with the daughters of one of Kathy's college roommates. Practically a relative. Richard Cox doing Batwoman, of the more recent vintage of Batwoman. Simon Bisley doing Lobo. Simon's a hoot. Dan Parents, Archie, wishing me my happy birthday. Andy Price. Andy's a funny man and a terrific artist. So we have Princess Celestia, and she writes, or says, "Say, birthday boy, would you like to go for a pony ride?" And her friends are shocked. Is she implying? Keep a clean thought. Cracks me up. Robert Wilson III, Matter Eater Lad, love the Legion, great drawing. Thanks, Robert. Jeff Smith, Bone. Can't beat that, actually. I love Bone. Bob McLeod, Cannonball, by his creator. Walt Simonson, Beta Ray Bill, with the party hat. How often do you get a Beta Ray bill with a party hat? Never, I would say. This is Val Mayrick and Howard the Duck. Val was one of the first, maybe the first artist on Howard. This is Steve Irwin. Well, that's not Steve Irwin, that's Deathstroke. But the art's by Steve. Beautiful drawing. Nick Bradshaw did the Hulk, kind of a version of Steranko's famous Hulk cover. Carlo Barberi, Happy Birthday from Spider-Man. Walden Wong, terrific inker, pretty clearly an excellent artist in his own right. It's a beautiful piece. Jessica Gundy is an artist in out of Fort Worth. She goes to a lot of the local cons. We met her several times and quite like her work. This one is by Duncan Brayton, who's an artist that Kathy just ran into at a show, liked her work, decided that she wanted to buy a piece from her and put it in my sketchbook. Farrell Dalrymple, a couple of his characters from his very interesting work. Really talented guy. I saw a Wizard of Oz sketch by him that I thought was great. Ben Dewey, who worked on the Autumn Lands with Kurt Busiek. And Ben's a really interesting guy, lives up in the Portland area. And I actually have the first drawing he ever did for the Autumn Lands. Joe Jusko was in town. Black Widow. It's hard to argue with that. Or is it the Black Widow? You know, I always thought it was. Maybe that's Vampy. Huh. Never noticed. Never thought about it. Element Lad by Matt Haley. Like Matt's work. Agnes Garbowska. I have a number of pieces by Agnes. She's really funny. She draws cute. I like her work. Emily Rose Peoples, Brent's wife, and an excellent artist in her own right. Batgirl, obviously. Matthew Weldon from Austin. Terrific artist. He's working on Punchline with Bill Williams, and you really should be reading Punchline. Jim Chung with Captain America. Ben Bender's another Texas artist out of Austin, and just a picture he wanted to draw. I'd really like to know who that kid is, and I'd like to know more about him. It's an interesting picture. And Tony Fleece is a friend of the family, and he drew this one night after dinner. And he had the last spot in the book. It was saved for him. You can see that. Saved for Tony. Well, that's the sketchbook. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
That was awesome. Thank you, Alex. And sorry I couldn't get the flip part of it on there. I will edit that and have it posted to the channel as a standalone video, probably this weekend. And most likely I'll have it done by Sunday. But thank you for for sharing that, Alex. And a reminder to everybody: we like getting flips. Sketchbooks are fine. Portfolio flips are fine. I'm kind of overdue for doing one. I saw a #1 Marvel fan says he wants to do one. Yeah, I mean, if you're ready to make one, all I ask is it's always better to film them horizontally if you can, because then they're easier to format. I'm going to get Alex's all fit, and it'll look perfect once I get it done. But yeah, Alex, that was a great gift. Very thoughtful. I don't know how she could have gotten that done with the fact that you guys are always together at shows. And she was able to hit up all those artists, and nobody told you over all that time that they were working on it. That's wonderful. We could all only be so lucky to have somebody in our family do that for us. But that was awesome, and congrats. Mark wants to know, what did you get your wife for her birthday? Maybe he's still working on that, Mark. We don't want to give it away yet. Yeah. Oh man. And hey, I was going to show this when Mr. Snork's on, but I've got it in hand right now, so I might as well just show it now. So remember, a few weeks ago, I told Chris that I'd found this words balloon. It had fallen out of something, and it was literally on the floor in my office, and I had no idea what it came from, right? But it says, perhaps, Mr. Grimm, but I have the upper hand. This way, please. Well, I mean, I have no idea what it's from. I think I told everybody, I don't know what the darn thing's from, but I'm gonna send it to Chris because clearly it's Mr. Grimm. It's got to be something related to the thing, right? So I got an email last week from Billy Hines, who sent me the actual book and page that word balloon was from. I'll just pull it right here, and it was from Marvel 2-in-1, issue 10. It was like the Black Widow issue, I think. So I know the artist on this thing was Bob Brown. Who I don't know who the letterer was. I guess we should find that out and credit them for it. But right there, perhaps Mr. Grimm, but I have the upper hand. This way, please. It's right. So there you go. Thank you, Mr. Hines, for diving into your comics and finding out where that word balloon belongs. I guess before I send this to Chris, maybe I should say, if you are the owner of this page, I have your word balloon, and I would be more than happy to send it to you because, or Chris will. If it ends up being with him, he can do it. But yeah, wherever you are, we got your word balloon right here. So a pistol on the thing. I know I thought that same thing too, Chris. What the heck? What's this guy got on him, right? That he can, yeah, either way. There you go. So thank you, Billy, for sending that information along. Oh, shoot. All right. So before I bring Chris on, I have a Page I Love segment from Paul Pope, thanks to Kevin Sharp. Now, Paul's actually, yeah, same thing. He went on for like 13, 14 minutes talking about this artwork. So the version I'm going to show you tonight is about 7 minutes long, and I will post the full version up on the channel over the weekend or early next week. So I will I'll post it. You'll see it if you're following the channel, like you should be, right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you never miss anything we post. So if you aren't already subscribed, you know how to do that. There's like a subscribe button on there. You click the bell, and you have to click it a second time and say receive all notifications. So if you've already subscribed, you might, and you're not receiving notifications. You actually have to literally click it a second time to turn notifications on. So so there you go. But yeah, I saw Marcus was asking if I ever own the page. No, more than likely, like I bought something from Mike, and Mike might have reused a bag or something, and somehow this wound in it. And whenever I was pulling some artwork out, it fell out of it. So there you go. That would be my guess. I mean, it could be Anthony too, I guess, but hard to say. I did not go look for the page. Bob Brown, Marvel 2-in-1 I don't know what the page number was. So all right, let me go ahead and play this segment with Paul Hope. He talks about Creepax. Actually, I don't think we've had anybody. We don't show a lot of Guido Creepax artwork on the channel, so we've probably not looked at much in any of our CAF updates in the past. So very well-known European creator. Their artwork doesn't come up on the market too often, but goodness gracious. All right, let me go ahead and play this video and get things rolling to the final end of this show. Where are we at here? Page I Love. Here we
Comic
go.
art fans, this is Kevin Sharp. I'm here today with artist Paul Pope to talk about a page he loves. Paul, welcome to the CAF Plus channel. We're so happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation.
It's been a journey for you and I to get together, but we made it in the end.
Yeah, true. And it's, yeah, we've been talking about getting on your show for a while, but I thought it'd make more sense to wait till there's something tangible people could actually, go to the store and find after we talk.
Sounds good. So could you introduce for the viewers the page and the title we're going to be talking about today?
It's a page from Italian cartoonist and artist Guido Creepax. And it's a page from one of his most well-known books, Valentina the Pirate, or Valentina Pirata in Italian. It's done in 1976, although the series started in the mid-60s, and really iconic for the pop art era, the swinging 60s. He's one of my favorite artists. We can go into detail about some of the values in his art, but it's a page that I like a lot, and it definitely had an impact on me when I first saw it as a kid.
Tell us about, finding it as a kid. I think maybe some people would be surprised to hear that kids would encounter European comics because it just wouldn't be as readily available. So tell us how this came into your life at first.
In the 70s, National Lampoon magazine was very successful. They were selling in the millions on newsstands. And then they somehow got linked up with Mobius and Drouillet for the French magazine Metal Hurlant, which became Heavy Metal. National Lampoon was the original licensor for Heavy Metal, which was a funnel for anybody who wanted to look at comics that were a little bit, not quite underground comics like Robert Crumb, Gilbert Shelton, not mainstream comics like Chris Claremont, Byrne. So in the late 70s, Heavy Metal was on newsstands, and they were featuring some of the best of the Europeans. If you were a kid or some comics fan in the late 70s, early 80s, this was the place to find the translations of really some of the cream of the crop from.
I don't know why that music started playing in there. That was weird. That wasn't on my on my end. That's not on Kevin's end either. I have no idea. But we'll stop it right there. You get the idea. It's a good piece, and I will post the whole thing to the to the channel later this weekend. It is a great page. So and a Crazy Horse Anatomy. Yeah, but I don't know. That must have been like I probably had something not muted on in Premiere while I was editing it. So there you go. Sorry for botching that for Mr. Paul Pope and Kevin Sharp. But Kevin, I promise I will have it posted to the channel afterwards. It sounded like the EXP music. Really? I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it. I thought he had that kind of strip club kind of start music for most of those EXP things. But anyways, yeah, either way, that's right, Chuck. The music sounded pretty naturally with what he was talking about right there too. All right, but Mr. Snork is in the green room, and yep, he's ready, raring, and ready to go. Hey, Chris, how's it
Am
going?
I ever raring to go? I'm not sure about that.
Oh, come on, you look ready. How's the teeth? How's things going there? Oh, that son of a gun! What's wrong? Don't they have dentists in in Wisconsin?
I think I've come to the conclusion that my dentist is incompetent.
Doggone it, man.
I went for a second fitting, and that one didn't fit either. She actually said they sent you a tooth for Steve Harvey.
Man, that's awful. You gotta, yeah. What are you gonna do?
You're gonna see me smile a lot tonight, so brace yourselves, boys.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, you did text me before the show. So you received something in the mail?
I did. I received unquestionably the best piece in my collection, the biggest thing I have ever added, the most I have ever paid for sure. But with that being said, I'm going to unbox this art.
Okay,
I did a few cuts to speed up the process. I've got the trusty box cutter. My brother is actually in the chat tonight because he wanted to see this so bad.
So it just arrived today, right? Because if it arrived yesterday, you would have already opened it.
That's right. I literally got it at 4:45, right before the post office closed today.
Oh man, I don't have a drum roll sound in here. Doggone it.
That's okay. I'm cutting.
All I've got.
I'm trying to be careful. My former theme music.
Yes, exactly. Your intro theme.
Okay.
Oh wow.
You can see the glare from my monitor. Let me get it out. All
right. Well, I
get it out because
I can see the Punisher.
The seller packed this with the appropriate level of intensity. So this is the portfolio #1 piece from the old Punisher portfolio. It was made at the same time as Zach and Zimmelman were doing the covers for Punisher Limited Series and the posters. Actually, I don't know, based on how this thing is constructed, if it's gonna get any less glare. But
oh, you can see it much better now. Wow.
There it is.
Oh, I got it, man.
One more attempt.
Now you already have a Zach or two in your
I
collection.
have a couple Zacks. I have a Deathstroke cover prelim that I actually got from Will at my first OAX.
Okay.
I bought it within 3 minutes of walking into the show.
Did you know it was there when you walked in?
I'm gonna spend money at OAX. Okay, that should work.
Oh wow, man. Well, that's a bit of an upgrade from a prelim.
Yep.
God,
This was
goodness, man.
subsequently used for a cover when Marvel, one of the many Punisher #1s that Marvel released over the years, but that's
Wow.
yeah, thank you.
Damn, man. Congrats. That's phenomenal. Was
Yeah.
it being the biggest purchase you ever made, was it a difficult decision to kind of wrestle with when you're going when you make that #1 purchase? It's-
For it was, but it was more difficult for the seller.
Mhm.
He struggled with I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at it. He struggled with parting with it as much as I struggled with paying for it. So
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, when you go to the mat for a piece like that, I mean, you know how special it is. I mean,
Yep.
that's amazing. I mean, I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to be able to see it on CAF and leave a comment. I probably won't get to be first because Marcus always has that distinction, but that's amazing.
yeah,
That
this
really
is
is.
that's the crown jewel at the moment for sure. I mean, hopefully he does. We will be playing Trench Crusade on that game for my brother's birthday, and he will get to see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting. Well, that's awesome. So, gosh, what's Steve asked? Did you reach out to make an offer, or did they come to you? Yeah. Was that how did or you're I'm not able to divulge the?
It's a bit of both, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
I had someone reach out to me and say that they were moving some things to make a really big purchase, and I jokingly said I would buy that. And a couple of days later, they came back and said, okay, like if I had to sell it, like what do you? So we danced around it for a day or so, and then he got drunk and texted me and said, okay.
That's an interesting way to kind of loosen oneself up to let go of a special piece of art from their.
Yeah. Yeah. Did
Did you feel like you were taking advantage of them in some way by knowing that they that they were a little inebriated? And
I did not I didn't try to persuade him in any way, shape, or fashion.
Okay.
Other than putting out there that I would love to have it. So he might argue that, but if you know who I'm talking about, you can ask him at OAX. All
right, I will. But yeah, I think there could be some hashtags about that. Not selling when you're drunk. I mean, we'll come up with something. But yeah,
I mean, I'll tell you what, the as everyone knows, the beers flow at OAX. So
yeah, so do the art sales, art trades. I mean, yeah, I think OAX is always gonna have some interesting stories related to the art deals that happen there. I mean, the whole Tom Coker deal that went down. I mean, those are just fun to hear about.
Absolutely. So this is, I mean, I've bought Punisher art drunk before, but I've never purchased it from someone who was also drunk before.
Oh man, well that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy for you, Chris.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to have it. It's getting framed ASAFP.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna let's look at some art now that we've looked at like the best art. And I like what was the comment that Alberto said? I don't want to forget. There it is. Can Chris pick his own art for the next?
You already saw it.
Oh yeah, you'd get some hate mail if you did that.
Peter, I'm going to hang it right here, here next to the Wolverine.
Obviously, it's got to be right next to the Chaykin Wolverine, right?
Yep. Same era.
Yeah, I don't think Tom Coker was drunk when he did his art deal. No, but I'm just referring. You know what I was talking about, Mussolino.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's look at so we don't have a video clip from Nick this week. He was, believe it or not, for the first time in I don't know how long, he was just very busy, so he did not send me a preview. I have no idea what they're selling tomorrow on the show. Sorry, everybody, but if Nick happens to pop in here, you can ask him in the chat yourself. But I'll pull up the Heritage picks this week, and I did not go through everything that Heritage had, but about the 100 or so pieces that I did go through, there was a lot of interesting stuff there. Nothing that I bid on though. So, and I missed out on like one thing I bid on last week. I actually did bid on a piece of something from the X-Men cartoon. They had like a Blackbird interior back, the back painting, not like a cell, and it was kind of dumb, but I mean, looking, but I still wanted it, and I lost. It went for like $250. I was only willing to go up to about like 175, because what are you going to do with it? It wasn't even like a regular square shape. It was twice as long. So yeah, it was not going to be something I'd hang on the wall. All right, here we go. Let's look at what I picked from Heritage this week, and it's not happy because of, there we go. All right. So yeah, I thought this one was interesting. Herb Trimpe, and who's the inker on it? Fred Kita. Godzilla 7 splash. I mean, it's just awesome. And then you get is that Dum Dum Dugan in there?
Yep.
Lost his cigar.
Fury 2, or is that? No,
I can't tell.
I don't think so.
I don't know. He just broke out of a cage. It's kind of, it kind of has a bowler on there. I don't know if it's him though. Either way.
Yeah.
There you go. But I mean, I think that's a great image. I have one page, I don't know, maybe from issue 4 or something, and it's Godzilla going into the water. So it's kind of a cool image. But I look at this and I'm like, I'd trade up for this if I could, if it didn't go for a ton of money, because it's just what a great splash. Title page, heck. We were just talking about Godzilla. If Aranga's still in the chat, Aranga, look, man, here's Godzilla blowing things up. You can skip drawing the buildings, just draw a lot of smoke and flames. Then what was this one? Oh, Joe Kubert. It's kind of impossible to not pick this page. It's a an enemy ace page from Star Spangled War Stories, but what an awesome. I mean, look at this. He's falling out of the plane.
Oh man, he's hanging from the landing gear.
Right. Look at this thing. This thing is badass. I mean, I yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, nope. Whatever else they may have on the picks, this one's that I might like. This one's staying. Those first 4 panels, that's just action's awesome on that.
I mean, outside of maybe George Pratt, I mean, who else would you want on Enemy Ace? Exactly.
Wow, that's awesome. There you go. Look at Ranga says he'll write after Trimpe. Oh man. Anyway, that's a good one. It'll make somebody happy. Then wow, the image isn't even loading on there. What's next going on Heritage's website? Hello.
They pulled it down.
Yeah, maybe they did. That's weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Interesting. Ken Kelly Conan painting. I'm sure it was just kind of a commission-y sort of thing, but it was funny. I knew we were having Eric Grove and Jeremy Wilson on, and and I saw this, and I was really looking at Eric's work in advance of it, where just basically focusing on the main figure, putting a lot of detail in it, and then just doing something really light with the background and doing just enough in some cases to hint what things are.
It's a little like Lindner.
It had a weird feel like that too. At first when I saw it, I didn't think Ken Kelly, right? But
the palette, the skin tone, and I mean that really reminds me of Linsner.
Yeah, but it's a nice piece. I liked it a lot. So there you go. I threw that in there, and then what was this one? What's going on with the Heritage website tonight? Preparation for their big event tomorrow, right?
They're doing
well, I guess they started today, didn't they? The comics started today.
Yeah.
Maybe their site's having some problems. Look at that. I can't load any of these windows. Interesting. Oh wow, there you go.
Whoops.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but everyone who hosts a website, that's like the thing that they least like to see.
Yep.
Because Heritage uses Cloudflare as their virtual firewall, and either Cloudflare is having a problem or Cloudflare is having a problem communicating with Heritage. So, well, that doesn't bode well for the signature auction tomorrow. I hope they get that fixed beforehand. Are they using Siddhar's
Sidar.
servers? Yeah. Anyway, I can't even tell you what else I had picked up. I'll tell you, the one piece that was really cool was this Rick Veitch Swamp Thing page. It was a 6-panel layout in the classic style. I mean, I have no, I didn't read Swamp Thing, so I have no idea. But it was literally like 4 of the panels were looking out of a cell window where you could see the bat signal on one, and then
Oh yeah.
Batman using like a glider in the next one. But the detail on the walls of the cell, at nighttime, it was awesome. It was a really, really cool piece. And so even if you're not like a Swamp Thing fan, I would encourage anybody to go just look at that artwork, because I thought it was stunning. I never, we've shown Veitch Swamp Thing artwork before with Swamp Thing on it. This had no Swamp Thing, but it was a beautiful, beautiful page.
Well, so much of that book is the atmosphere, right?
Oh, look, it did load one there. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Hey, they're back up and running.
Oh,
okay,
and Alcala.
So here you go. Yes, Alcala inks. Here we go. I'm just going to zoom in. Yeah, look at this. So you get that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I love the lettering.
God, the page construction is perfect.
Yeah, and it says page 1. I guess. Yeah, it is page 1 of some story. So anyway, well, I'm glad
on the cell wall is wild,
isn't it? Yeah. No, this is a cool piece. I might have to throw a bit on it just for fun. Anyway,
cool.
Yeah. So there's that. So what else did I pick? Now that they're back up, George Tuska, Coletta Avengers page. I just thought this was funny. I mean, it was more of a humorous pick, but it's the Vision and Scarlet Witch going skinny dipping, and then they're making out in the jungle. It looks like. So
well, we know now that he's anatomically correct because he's wearing trunks.
That's right. And clearly Thor is struggling with the whatever's going on there. He's brooding. He might as well be on the can.
I was gonna say he looks like he's struggling with something else.
There you go. Well, I said it. You thought it. I said it. Nice classic Tuska Iron Man there, and then what is that? Hawkeye, I guess too. Yeah, there he is. Anyway, what else? Okay, this one didn't load. Sorry, Ed Hannigan. Oh, okay. This was just a Cloak and Dagger page from what is it, Spectacular Spidey. Nothing too amazing, but at the same time, it's Hannigan, right? I mean, he had a hand in creating these characters, so I thought that was kind of cool. Then John Paul Leon piece from something called Challenges of the Unknown. I can't remember.
Something called Challengers of the Unknown, Bill.
Yeah. I don't. I never read any Challengers of the Unknown. I know. Don't that? Yeah. All right. Come on. When you say it like that, it's like going to force me to go out and buy a trade paperback of Challenge. What era of Challengers of the Unknown should I try to read?
Well, I'll tell you. This is from. I mean, this is late '90s, early 2000s, and I mean, Leon's art on it was awesome. I'm not sure I can recommend it over other runs of Challengers, but like Zach had a cool run in this same period towards the end of this book, I want to say. But I mean, the Challengers of the Unknown, like that's where they got the idea for the Fantastic Four, Bill.
Chuck Arnold just said that. He said precursor to the FF. All right. Well, okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah.
You mean Marvel didn't come up with it first?
You got to give those DC guys a little credit. I mean, Doom Patrol was, the X-Men, and
I've heard that. I mean,
it's true. If you read early Doom Patrol and then you read early X-Men, you're like, oh.
All right. I don't feel bullied, Stingray. Trust me. I want to educate myself. But all right. So Challenges of the Unknown, John Paul Leon. I think this was inked by somebody else, but Bill Reinhold was listed as, I think, a potential inker in here. Yep. Remember when we had Reinhold on for an interview, he talked a lot about Leon because they had worked together on some stuff. So if Bill worked on this, I mean, heck, I guess I should ask him. Maybe he could fill me in. But either way, cool page. Leon's, his work does not come up that often.
No. And it reminds me of like stuff, kind of stuff Sean Phillips is doing now. Reminds me of this run on the Challengers.
True. Then I just like this illustration. I don't know what the highest house is from IDW. Yuko Shimizu. Go and zoom in. I just thought it was a fun image.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just like the line work in the background. It's kind of funny now that I see it. It reminds me, not the figure, but the way the background is handled. That's like when Joe Dragunis draws architecture. He has
Yeah,
really
yeah.
weird, heavy line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That wavy weight. Yep.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. What was my last? Well, maybe we won't get to see the last one.
500.
Oh, there we go. All right. This was from
Well,
Erie.
Dallas, Bill, you're killing it.
I know, but look at this one. Look at this thing. This is from Erie. I mean,
Wow.
what a cool illustration. Again, is this a okay, it's page 4, so it's not a title page, but my goodness, this thing is so darn cool.
Man.
I think that's
Little
awesome.
Asher vibe going on there.
Yep. Wow. I like
That's
it more
great.
now than I saw it originally. I mean, it's probably not going to sell for much at all. I mean, again, an Erie page to a story probably nobody remembers, but
Sure.
yeah, I saw that one. I was like, I got to feature that.
I don't
All
know,
right.
Bill. Every comic is somebody's first comic, right?
That is true. That is very true. Okay, let's just roll through these my CAF update stuff here. Top sellers of the week. Well, we had 378,000 in dealer sales last week that we track, and Will Gabrielle, 17 sales, $125,000. They're eating steak.
Well,
Prime rib at the Gabrielle house. Then Berkey was next. He had 35 sales for $118,000. Man, I'm in the wrong business. What's going on here? Albert Moy, 22 sales, $70,000. Anthony, 59 sales, $38,000. And then Felix with 20 sales and $10,000 are our top 5. That's gosh, they made up almost all the sales, 378 total. So let's take a look at the top 6 from deals. Now I would assume, well, I would have assumed wrong. I would say the number 1 seller must be Will, but it's not. Okay, let me see here. Dealer, here we go. Okay, well, it's a Albert Moy sale, believe it or not, for a Batman issue 1 cover by Jim Lee Scott Williams. Sold for the price of $25,000. Congrats, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Albert Moy.
look at all those robins.
Yep. Now we have another one from Albert. How does that happen? Jay Lee. This is an Absolute Wonder Woman cover from Albert. Again, $10,000 on this. I'm thinking maybe these figures I got from the report. Yeah, exactly. This was Ian Bertram. Mondo print artwork went for $10,000. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Then yeah, I'm thinking Will's numbers aren't listed in here for some reason, or something's weird with what I got from the report. But anyways, another Batman Hush page. This one for $10,000. And look, it's another one. It's like Albert Moy comes in third, and everything is Albert Moy. That's the way it's written in the report, though. Again, another Batman Hush 2 page, $10,000 on that one. And then this next one is again not Will. Even though he was listed as number 1, we got Berkey here with this Ernie Chan and John Buscema pencils, Conan the Barbarian splash from issue 108.
Great
$8,000 on that one. Well, I'll have to go back and look at the market data. Maybe something got a little Scroogey in there, but that's what we got. Take a look at the auction results from last week for eBay and Heritage. Where are you? Here we go. 315,000 was the total amount sold from both platforms. Wednesday auction for Heritage, and then for the full week for eBay. eBay was about 107,000. First up, now this is well, it's going to be bad news for those of you who've been using that 130 site to get the actual make offers. This one had an offer on it, and that site is no longer working for searching back information. So even though I think this piece and the Keone also were listed as number 1, number 2, I can't get the actual prices on them now. And then I think I gave up on this Michael Golden, but this is a Batman 295 page that was listed as sold for $4,500. Could have been a little less. And then this one, I don't know. We should have Derek Crabb on to explain this one. But again, this is Transformers the movie, I guess adaptation from issue 3. This one for almost $12,000.
It has Springer on it. It's worth it.
That's the whole reason. Okay, well, here you have a Jay Anacleto OAX sighting, I guess, here from Cable 159 variant cover, went for $6,000. And last but not least, this Gil Kane The Flame Horse unpublished splash. That's pretty damn nice, Gil Kane. Yeah, unpublished, but one for $5,750. So, hey, I don't know what the Flame Horse is, but that was a great illustration. Okay, Springer tax, says Derek. Oh shoot! I actually had a guy buy a couple more Transformers pages from Hitch the other day. Okay, well that's it.
Maybe I could be like Stingray, and I can make Springer a thing.
Yeah, but remember that it's an evolution, right? You get a lot of Springer commissions, and then you got to have a Springer versus commissions, and it's just got to evolve.
I mean, I've done it already with the Thing, and maybe I've peaked with the Thing, and I can like go to Springer now.
Oh, he's not the most complex Transformer to draw, right? I mean, most people might not get too intimidated with it. I don't know. Stingray says he's encouraging you.
He encourages everybody. He's an enabler.
Yes, he is. All right, let's go to our picks here. We have you're right. It was an interesting week. You said there was a lot of animation stuff that got posted to CAF, and there was quite a bit. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get I actually had a couple days where I wasn't on CAF. Believe it or not. Well, not to look at artwork anyway, but it was well, we are a melting pot of artwork on CAF, animation art and everything else. All right, let me share this screen. Where are you? There we go. Okay, so we're in Paul Handler's CAF gallery.
So Paul Handler posted an absolutely embarrassing amount of incredible art this week. So if you just go to Paul Handler's gallery, you're in for a lot of treats.
I'm actually going to go ahead, since you said that, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, I probably could have picked all 10 from Paul Handler this week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Ross Andru and Bill Everett, I thought, was an incredible combination. This page has some like absolutely amazing storytelling on it. That bottom panel has so much like life, so much movement. It's maybe culturally inappropriate in this day and age, but back then it was perfectly acceptable. But I just really liked this artist combo. I mean, honestly, Bill Everett kind of inking anybody, but like Ross Andru is an incredible artist in his own right, and I just thought that this made for a dynamite combo.
Oh yeah, the characterizations in that first and third panel on those two guys. I mean, my goodness, that's awesome. But you're right, the figure in the last panel. I mean, that's that damn dynamic. And you're right, Everett inks on almost anybody is going to be interesting, but yeah, with Andru, it is a really interesting combination.
It's his foot is breaking the plane there, and like just there's a lot to like in that figure at the bottom.
All right, well, congrats to Mr. Handler for either scoring a big haul or getting a new scanner or something. But I actually did not go in his CAF gallery, so I will. I'll have to head over there after the show. All right, Ali Murad. He's always getting something good. And what do we have here? Oh, Scalera.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming to OAX, right?
I know. I am well aware. and thank you, and thanks to Kazra. Yes. I love the characterization here. Like the pose is so menacing, really captures the essence of the character. That wicked smirk. The fact that Nemesis is all white, I think, is a cool challenge for any artist, but somebody who's so adept with the gray tone, I mean, this is really a feast for the eyes. Mateo is really at the top of his game when he's doing this kind of stuff. I think the fact that you see like the process in the piece, like he drew through, so to speak, the image. Like he completed the cop or the EMT or, wherever that is on the left and on the bottom, he extended out the background beyond what he knew the printed area of the image was going to be. I mean, that's just artistic integrity. Like that's the kind of stuff that a real pro like will complete those images like that. And I have a ton of respect for that.
Yeah, I mean, I almost like this more for the process as much as the imagery is fantastic. You're right, getting to see that and getting to see a lot of the page through here, where he's this rubble, and he's choosing to kind of use this to kind of make it look, like it's dusty from
Mhm.
whatever happened. I don't know. I mean, but it's so well done.
Well, and when you have to contrast white against white, like look at how subtle the white tone is on the gauntlet compared to the white, the white of the page in the background. It's just enough to help form that forearm, and like he's just so good at this.
Yeah. No, this is great. Well, congrats to Ali for that one, man. He's got to be very, very happy with this piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, I mean, just the format, the Scalera's approach to that, where the size of the paper, being able to see him go across over the edges, like, yeah, I would love to own something like this. You just don't get. That's wonderful.
No, it almost gives it like a storyboard vibe.
It does. Yeah, it really, really does. That's so great. I mean, it's I've been watching just for the heck of it. I've been watching like some of Bianchi's, work, is how he kind of lays things down. I love the fact that he works on big board, right?
Mhm.
And in some cases, he leaves a lot of white around it, and yeah, it's just a cool process. It's
His Instagram account is endlessly informative and entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched a lot lately, and he's fun.
Yep.
He's all very matter of factly when he sits down to work. Here, what do we got? Stephen F. Oh, this is an app. Oh yeah, this is the Absolute Batman #2 cover by. Oh yeah.
So what's cool about this is this has already, in like a few months' time, has basically become an iconic image of Batman, and like that alone makes this worth talking about. But for me, like the shapes in this piece, like look at how he defines his bicep. Batman's bicep.
Mm-hmm.
It's two little wedges and then like a wedge underneath, like where his tricep comes up. Look, the hand, like the only thing you really need to know is that they're like the fingers are curled. The rest is just an outline. I mean, this is all like you could look at this like so many different ways and like find something clever in every almost square inch of this piece. And it's really just, it's mostly stark blacks. It's great design, I think, almost more than anything, and that's why this works as such a cool image.
Yeah, it's so complex with the with his cape going across like that, and yeah. What would be cool to see is the prelims he did for this, just to see what the thought process was. I mean, did he nail it on the first one? I mean, how many did he go through to kind of really get this all to kind of work together? Because it's
right. I would be interested in how quickly he goes to ink.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much pencil even is there? Because it doesn't seem like, I mean, with how kind of like immediate and striking the imagery is, I kind of doubt that like he spent a lot of time. He maybe spent a lot of time laying out, but like rendering it, I think I would be tempted to believe he like went right to ink.
Right. Yeah. No, this is fantastic. And I didn't see this one. I don't know. I think this had to have been one of the more viewed pieces or commented pieces last week. Yeah, I didn't.
Well, in a weird way, seeing it as a thumbnail, I've heard artists say this in the past themselves, but when you see something as a thumbnail, if it works as a thumbnail, it's going to work as a bigger piece of art, right? Like that's kind of an old adage. And like when you see this thumbnail, it's like, oh, that's that Absolute Batman cover.
Well, congrats to Stephen F on this one. You got a beauty. Rick, yeah. I picked this one for the show graphic, and then you took it. You like stole it from me.
Sorry.
That's all right. I didn't put a like
show
on
graphic came after I sent my email.
You know what? It might have.
Okay.
It might have.
Okay.
I don't always click your links though when I first get your email.
Fair enough.
But either way, come on. How could one of us was going to pick this one?
Absolutely. We don't see enough from Zaffino. I wish there was more, but at the same time, when something does show up, it makes it special, and we kind of have to talk about it. So I do like that. And there are a lot of artists that I feel like were kind of like born to draw Conan, but maybe nobody else like Zaffino, because every time I see him draw Conan, I'm like, oh damn, like he killed that. But I think the thing, like the textures, obviously, yeah, you always have to talk about textures when you talk about Zath, but I think what I really liked about this piece the most is how he pulled focus. So the wispy, you know, kind of like stuff that's happening in the background with that creature and the trees and the horns, and like it's back there and it's kind of like cool and menacing, and it like takes you a second to realize what you're actually looking at. But what he did with the 3 trees and then the figure is really what this piece is all about. It gives it so much depth. It gives it so much like visual interest that you almost like, maybe for the first time ever, like the textures in this piece for him become secondary to me, because this is such a clever composition and such a solid execution.
Right. No, it is, and it's it's just the way the approach he has to the composition with the curvy trees in the back, faded. I mean, it contrasts the stark layout, you know, with the 3 trees and the figure in the front.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, this is see, now you know, it's always fun, you know, Chris. You know, sometimes you'll say a few words about something, and it makes me realize, you know, that I didn't look at the piece in the right way. But
Wow.
because
I mean,
I
there's
loved
no
it for
wrong
the.
way to look at it, but
Yeah, no, I know, but I love it for the texture. I love it for his use of zipatone strategically in places that you know, that just almost don't seem right. But then when you look at it in a whole, it's so damn perfect.
it's so
But
3-dimensional. I mean, it's
yeah,
really got depth.
wow. Well, man, what more could I say about that? But Rick W. Nice pickup. I mean, you know, for the guy who has all the really, you know, some of the best Tim Truman artwork on CAF, now he's got one of the better Zafino pieces as well. Oh,
Yeah, I love this.
Rick, your collection is amazing. We feature your stuff a lot, but boy, you know, you got a great eye, and I guess really good timing, probably.
When you get tired of this, Rick.
Exactly. Wow. All right. Where are we going to from that? Carl's collection. All right. So we have this is a G.I. Joe piece. Yes, Tom Riley.
So something that I say from time to time, and forgive me for being repetitive, but I love the beats in these panels. Like, I picked this piece because of the pacing. I love Tom Riley. He's great. I'm a big fan of this. Like, you know, he's got a very clean line style. He gets across a lot with a little, which I have a ton of respect for. But like, if you go panel by panel on this, you don't need words. Like, you know exactly what is happening on this page, panel by panel by panel. And it's almost a little like, you know, every page is a scene, right? Well, this is a hell of a scene to pack into one page and to get all that visual information across as effectively as he does.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, Riley's done some really great stuff on this one. I agree, and I think that you know, I mean, probably battles and war are good thing. You know, you have to be able to draw a good scene where, like, you just balloons aren't needed. You know, if you can do that, then yeah, you're always going to be ahead of the curve. But yeah, this is a really nice piece. We featured a few pieces
like,
from.
Look how he shows the fang going down in the Viper's visor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like things like that, where you're like, stuff is happening, like, you know, quote unquote off camera. You're seeing it from someone else's perspective, but then, like, okay, it explodes, and then here comes Duke.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats, Carl. Carl is he's our G.I. Joe guy of late.
It's hard to blame him. That's a great comic.
Yeah. PA's CAF Gallery. Oh yeah. First appearance of the Punisher on this one.
Yeah. This is historic. I mean, if we didn't, this could be in the Marvel Museum exhibit, right? I mean, it's that important. I'm definitely not a fan of like this particular characterization of the Punisher, this like proto Punisher almost. Like, he was a pseudo villain, and like, you know, he was hired to kill Spidey. Like, his origin is not necessarily like what I like him for, but it's interesting that like he really does look like a villain. Like, that top right panel, you know, you could interchange him with almost any of Spidey's rogues in that top panel, and he looks as weird and slimy, you know, and creepy as they do. So it's got that going for it. But yeah, I mean, the historical significance alone is worth talking about this for.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that last panel's great. Knocking him into the chimney or whatever. But yeah, I like this one too. I would have picked it if you hadn't picked it, just from the significance of it.
Yeah.
Huh. Andrew, again. Oh, Alberto. What's Alberto doing in here? Oh, it's a cap piece.
This thing is sick.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Wow. See, I didn't look at the detail on this
for a second.
Yeah.
McNiven's run on this book was too short. It was way too short. And that's coming from a guy who has a nice McNiven cap piece, but you know, the tonal pencil stuff to like set it apart from the really, you know, almost propaganda poster background. You know, there's literally a you know, like a B-17 dropping a hail of bombs in the background. I mean, the star cutting, you know, making up the background and like kind of segmenting all the images. It's a really well designed cover in addition to being a perfectly illustrated cover. Look at the dimensionality he gets with the, you know, the like the fins on the backs of the bombs and
right. That's crazy.
What can't he draw?
Wow. Yeah, this is an incredible piece.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Alberto. Gosh. Huh. That, yeah. I'm sure Alberto was had to pick his jaw up off the table. That thing is
it's an insane ad. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's a beauty, Alberto.
And when you're Alberto, like if you have a cap piece that manages to stand out, like you bought an amazing piece.
Yep.
He did message me on Instagram. I have to confess, but honestly, I'm picking this in spite of the fact that Alberto owns it, not because he.
Yeah, I get messaged, you know, like at least 3 or 4 times a week about pieces. Hey, did you notice I dropped it? I don't mind it. It's fun.
I don't either.
You get to see stuff that you might not otherwise see.
Just understand that I'm rarely going to pick it.
Right.
This one just happened to. I mean, I would have, like I said, I would have picked this regardless. I don't care who wants it.
Well, you did well, Alberto.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ben Brezel. This is Jay Lee in Humans 3, page 21. Oh, that's a cool page.
Yeah. This for me, this is kind of historically significant. Like I consider this like a seminal run for these characters. I think it brought a lot of people into the Inhumans. Like, you know, I would argue that before that it was kind of like, oh yeah, they're also in the FF sometimes, like type of thing. But like Jenkins and Lee on this book, you know, really did those characters a service. And this is, for me, this is my favorite period for Jay Lee. So, you know, that made it really easy to pick. But I love the positive, negative stuff he's got going on the upper third of the page. I think the page layout is really clever. You know, you've got this like falling feeling to the page, which I think really works. You know, the power effect, like arcing through the top and like really making up the upper, you know, corner of the image, I think is nicely done. I would argue that he's kind of like come back toward this a little bit recently in his work. You know, it's certainly not the same. He's doing something different, but this was such a marked, I'm going to use the word improvement. This to me was such a marked improvement over his like Namor and stuff like that, while still having some of those same like underpinnings. It was just a huge, in my opinion, leap for him stylistically.
I remember buying these books when they came out. I mean, it was the art was fantastic. The story was pretty darn good too. Yeah, no, this is a great piece. I didn't see this one before you shared it with me either, so a good one to pull out. So congrats to Ben. Ben's usually our, he's good friends with Kopecky. They're usually
Wildcats guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's straying outside of the his usual safety zone. Oh, I know what this piece is with. I remember when I saw this one when it went up. Greg Goldstein's Adam Hughes, right? Yep. So there we go. I was gonna pick this one too because again, I actually didn't look at your list until like 6 hours before the show.
Okay.
And I had kind of gone through and had about 15, and this was on my list too. But come on, it's such good storytelling.
Yeah, I was gonna say here's another one where you don't need any word balloons.
Nope.
You know, and if you know anything about Betty and Veronica, like the characterizations are like absolutely spot on. I think it's I think maybe what I like the most about this piece is how inked it is. It's so stark, and like I am guilty of associating Adam Hughes with a tonal style with like really playing around with a lot of light and shade and texture and things like that, like he does for a long time. Like so much of what we saw from him were like Copic commissions and things like that, right, when he wasn't working as much in comics. And to see this, which is just really more of a straight up and down comic book style, was really refreshing for me, I guess, to see this pop up.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Dave Kopecky says he used to own it. Well, yeah, your loss, Dave. Now you get to see it again on CAF whenever you want.
I think Dave added an Aaron Wiesenfield Team 7 page that last week, though, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got nothing to cry about.
Yep. Things we covet. Okay. Small scan, but a very rare to see anywhere, a Mobius Incal page.
It's got the Meta Baron on it.
Right. I mean, I was shocked that this was, to see it because these just don't get posted to CAF too often. So yeah, I wish it was a bigger scan.
It's not his best by any stretch of the imaginations from a technical standpoint or from a stylistic standpoint, but it's still Mobius. It's from, some would say, his seminal work. I don't personally feel that way, but I know people that do. And it's got Nameless on it in 3 or 4 panels. I think this is such a great example to own from this book. It's worth talking about just based on that. Okay, Dave.
Just saying,
Quit barking about the Betty and Veronica page you sold then.
Oh man. But yeah, this is cool. I'm not familiar with the collector. What was it again? Marco S. from Italy.
Yeah.
So, congrats. I'll leave it open. I'm always curious when I see a piece like that, what else does somebody collect?
Definitely.
All right. Well, on to my picks. You did well.
Thank you, sir.
So you can already tell from this one, you don't even need to know what is it. It's all the textures and stuff going on with this page was like the deciding factor. And I love the wobbly word balloons, for telling the story. I thought the lettering worked well on the overall page. But yeah, what it was from A Werewolf by Night, and it's in Steve Davich's CAF gallery. Tom Sutton. I love that first panel, he's choking him out like that. I mean, that's just crazy. But again, the textures on the werewolf, again, is just amazing. I mean, panel to panel to panel, this is freaking awesome page.
Well, and it's so catered toward Tatterdemalion. Like you're talking, I mean, he's all textures, right? I mean, he's literally he's kind of like Marvel's Ragman.
Right. Oh man, this is so good.
Yeah.
Well,
a nice pacing here too, as well. I mean, for a battle page, like top notch.
Steve finds some cool pages. I'll give him that. He's got a fun, eclectic collection, but an eye for really good art. Tom Sutton. I mean, that's not somebody like I don't know about you. I mean, I don't go on to CAF searching for Tom Sutton or going to a dealer's website to think about it. But you see something like this, and it's like, what am I missing out on? Tom Sutton's incredible. What the hell else is out there that I could buy right now?
Right.
So cool. I'm going to leave that open because I'm going to click on Tom Sutton and see what other artworks are out there for him.
That's a killer page, man.
It is. And then Tilly Walden. I think Cab posted a couple pages from this Wonder Woman book. I just kind of thought the composition on this one was interesting, a
Definitely.
little out of the ordinary. And maybe I'm not Tilly's works is interesting. But I like I like the layout enough that I was like, I'm going to pick this one because I think that the other page. I don't know how many pages he posted. I know Cab posted 2. I thought the other one was kind of there was a little more eye appeal on that one, but I just thought this was cool in the and just in the composition with the jagged edges and the character flowing through the center of it like that.
Yeah, the
I don't
brush
know anything about this.
borders are awesome.
Yep, I don't know anything about the story, but Aranga, look, there's a cityscape in the back there.
Hey.
Yeah, so there, that's where I got this one. Cab's been posting some cool stuff of late too. And you know what we missed? I hate to say this. James Siegel. I don't think I've seen him in the chat. He posted a really good cover last week, and I was half
earlier.
Was he on earlier? Oh,
in the
I'm
chat,
sorry.
yeah.
I should have said it when I saw him. I almost picked it. I ended up picking a page from like the Sunday, but I probably because I would have picked it if we were picking last week. But yeah, I came across James' cover again today. I can't remember what, and I don't remember what it is now. I'm drawing a blank. You don't remember it either, do you?
I don't.
All right. Well, if I get lucky, I'll show it off before we're done here. But just show it as a bonus. There you go, Marcus. I will. Now you were talking about you were talking about the reflection in the visor on Riley's piece. So I picked this piece because of the reflection. I have no idea who George Brem is. I mean, Saturday Evening Post illustration. But I was first drawn to the Duke. Man. But at first I see the two figures in the foreground, and then it was the figures in the mirror, and I was like, there's just some fun storytelling that you can do in illustration like this that you might not normally do in comics. Impossible to get in a photograph, but you set somebody down to do a drawing for the Saturday Evening Post, and you can create magic. And I just think this is so beautiful and so ingenious, and again, something that just can't be replicated in other forms of art.
And the circular composition is really cool. I mean, that's got to look so good on a wall. And but you mentioned the static nature of it, right? Like I think that's one of the things that I like about not only illustrations but also commissions. Is the best commissions in my mind are the ones that that one image there's a storytelling, there's a storytelling element to it. And like DWJ is so good at it, and so many others. But yeah, it's a vignette, right? You're getting a piece of a scene, like a still photo.
Yeah, I love this piece. I will leave a comment on it. But again, it's back to Duke, man. He's just all over the place, and everywhere he goes, he's just coming up with more and more interesting artwork to add to his calf.
At one time, I believe Duke owned this Mike Zeck.
Oh, did he really?
I believe he did.
Man, that guy he gets around. All right, Young Avengers. Jim Chung, right? Yep. And this is in FM's calf gallery. I've always liked the line work from Jim. I mean, it's all fine, and he look at all this smoke and stuff around this Super Skrull and everything. I just think that's great. And then his cross hatching work is perfect. Chung is somebody who I overlook or skip a lot because all of his work is just so well rendered.
Well, it's so technically perfect. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. But this one, I was just like, I got to pick something from him at some point. And I Super Skrull's kind of a favorite character of mine, and I love the layout of this. The two panels up top, one at the bottom, him making up most of the page, and then having his head break through on there. I mean, I just think the layout on this thing is fantastic too. But I cannot get over his line work. It almost doesn't matter that this is a well composed page because his line work is just so darn good. So now I'll have to
like one of the things that I think is so cool about Jim Chung is like you can have like technical perfection and be boring, but his art is never boring ever. and that end unto itself is a feat.
Yep, agreed. So
Super Skrull's a
FM.
favorite of mine too, Bill, but it's because he's 1/4 thing.
Oh man, now this
He's
one, who was that?
25% more thing than any other character.
That is true. Yes, indeed. So this is in whose calf gallery are we in here with this one? Oh, Joshua Tan. Joshua posted some pretty decent artwork on calf this past week. I think I could have picked a couple different things from him.
Whopper of a description.
Yeah, I didn't. I'll have to go back and read that. But this is from Came the Dawn, Frank Frazetta. There's a few other collectors out there who just love the artwork from this. And I don't even know the real story behind Came the Dawn, because everything's kind of like rough and unfinished or partially finished, like this piece.
Wow.
So the thing is, when you see something like this and it isn't in I'm blanking on the doctor's name in the Pittsburgh area who we had on a couple months back, because he has several pieces from this. But when you buy a piece like this, you're in competition with a lot of other collectors who like to spend money on it, and to come away with this piece, whatever, maybe he had a trade for it, who knows, but you have to like go to the mat for it, because there's a lot of competition out there. And hell, you can look at the Heritage auction right now, and in the top 10 or 15, a third of that is Frazetta pieces now. And so, his the value and the interest in his artwork is not going down. And then when something as niche as this, where there's one or two other collectors who have multiple pieces from it, I just think it's cool to see it pop up in somebody else's collection.
What I think is so cool about this book is how influential it was on so many other artists, because you see P. Craig Russell, you see Mark Schultz here, you see Mignola here, you see, right? Yep. Nolan. I mean, so many of my artistic heroes, like he is their artistic hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. And again, every one of these is like on lined paper like this, graph paper, and yet it doesn't matter. Yeah, who cares? So anyways, congrats to Joshua, and I know Joshua picked up some other cool stuff during the last week. So if you haven't had a chance to go in his calf, please do. I would encourage it. Now this is in Tyler T's calf gallery, the man who will be at Eddie P. Con this weekend with Kazra and a few other collectors. We've got Matt Smith, Hellboy. What is this? The Bones of Giants piece. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We were just looking at the Zafina with this weird looking creature in the background kind of thing. This is all like detail. I mean, nothing is left to imagination here. This thorn, this whatever the hell thing he's in here. It's just, it's so well drawn. I mean, I can't get over his stuff like this. I mean, and Tyler, man, he has a way of finding great stuff or coordinating great commissions. But this piece is this is insane. I mean, Mignola would have to take a look at this and be like, damn.
Well, if it were Mike drawing it and not Matt Smith, it would be like 70% more black. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Because I can't see him frittering on all of those twigs and thorns.
No.
To your point, I think maybe the coolest thing about this is how busy it is while it still reads perfectly.
Yeah, because you look at it and you think it had to have been a bit of randomness for him to draw all of the twigs and stuff, but really when you look at it, it's all leading you to the center. It's really every branch seems well considered for
and I'm not seeing white paint.
No, this is amazing.
Yeah.
See, well, I'm looking. I didn't even notice the squirrel-like figure at the top.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a great piece. Calf bear. All right.
That's back to back squirrel pieces too, Bill.
That. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what's going on with me and animals, but these damn chickens keep crapping on my back patio. I actually started researching it online. They actually make a chicken wire thing that you can put in the ground. It's like 3 feet tall that is electrified.
Oh,
I'm really close to it right now.
That'll learn them.
Yeah, because I mean, literally every time I go out there, I don't know what it is. The other day it was windy, so I could kind of see why they were there. now it's just like they come on there all the time. I walk out and they're all sitting by the door, but I had to bring the hose over and hose off the back
Oh.
patio. Like,
Oh my
this is
God.
ridiculous. All right, moving on. We got 4 more pieces here. Mike Grell. This is like a real simple piece, but I liked it. I like Grell's styling. I think he's always been a great. He's great at anatomy, and I've seen a lot of his convention sketches and things that were done, for commission style pieces. I just love the shape he gets with the reflection in the water with the figure like that. I mean, I just really, I came back to this one just a couple times because it's not like it's like a super finished piece, but it just reminds me of the things that I like about Mike Grell. I mean,
Sure.
come on, he even put his signature in the reflection. I mean, it's just fun too. On top of that,
You're
you
right.
know? Isn't that neat? I mean,
That's cool,
I
yeah.
did. I smiled every time I came back to this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm picking this one. I picked mostly his warlord work
Warlord,
or
yeah.
whatnot, but yeah, this is cool. Pencils only. I mean, there's a lot of Grell pencils only commissions on CAF, and I mean, they're gorgeous.
Oh
I mean,
man, he can draw.
he can really draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. 3 more pieces to go. Oh, this is the piece that was on like from Sunday. So it fell outside of our window, but this is an early Wrightson. I don't know what it's from. I'll be damned number 4 out on a limb. I don't know. I just thought, as an early Wrightson, it was kind of just neat to look at, his inking techniques here, because this is stuff that you wouldn't normally
No.
associate with him. Like this panel, maybe, then this panel,
Figured
no.
out.
So this is like
Mhm.
an early him trying to figure out what works. I mean, even while the figures are kind of cool here, the background doesn't feel, he's not in his own like zone here yet. But there's
Yeah.
enough rights in to make it kind of cool. And so I just wanted to pick the piece because it again, it made me really like look it over a lot, because it just, I'm like, okay, this is 71 or 70 or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
the period.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
base
the
and
bottom
upright.
panel actually makes me think of Eric Powell.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was that. I could have picked James's cover, but I picked this instead outside to bend
I
the
like it.
rules.
It's really interesting from that perspective for sure.
Yep. Then Marcelo, I always get it right, wrong. Ferrari, Jay Leiston inks here. This is this is such a badass Craven that I had to pick it. Just the looking up at him. I mean, if I had if Craven was the guy I was going to go into a fight with, I mean, I know I'm done for. When I see that this is, I mean, he looks angry. He looks like he could knock the Hulk out.
He's got a Punisher vibe right there.
There's just right. This is just a real powerful image, and I just loved it. I mean,
Craven's my favorite Spidey villain. You're preaching in the choir.
Damn. I mean, that is just so good.
Yeah.
The inking on it's fantastic. I mean, was it who was the inker? Oh, it was Leiston. That's right. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, so there you go. I just picked it because I thought that's just a great damn image.
It is. It's an awesome pose. I love the upshot, and it's really nicely rendered.
Yes, it is. I'll show James' thing as a last piece. Okay, I'll find it. I'll show it off, because this piece is Distant Soil from Colleen Duran, and I don't know. Every time I see, I actually only read a couple issues of A Distant Soil, but when I see this, I just like the way she approached her comics. Right? I mean, it's funny. I think Mickey's scanner wasn't big enough to pick up the whole thing, so he could have cropped that end. But I just love the tonal work on this piece for the era. It was probably it's a bit out of the norm, and to kind of do that. And I like I say, I can't say I read this particular issue. I'd be curious to see how they colored it, but I love seeing the tonal work on here for a published interior page, and just for historical significance, it makes me want to own a page from by Colleen from this book. And when. I mean, that's part of what CAF is great about, right? I mean, seeing stuff like this get posted and realize it's like the Tom Sutton thing. It's like, shoot, like I'm missing something in my collection, and I didn't know I needed it, and then I see this and I'm like, damn,
I do
That's
that
fair.
every week, and I feel like as many artists as I know, and as long
Oh.
as I've been reading comics and things like that, I want to say basically every week I'm like, who is this?
Mhm.
And I think that's one of the best parts of CAF for me.
There you go. And if it wasn't colored like Robert's saying, then that makes sense why it was done
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
tonal work. So, yeah, cool. All right, now I'm going to find that James Siegel piece here.
Marcus Ladd.
Yeah. Well, it'll make me happy too because I saw it. I remember seeing it and thinking, "Oh, poor James. We're not going to be able to feature that piece." Let's see. James S. There we go. Oh, there you go. The Punisher cover. Dave
Oh yeah,
Hooper.
I did see this.
See, I like this piece a lot.
Mhm.
I like the inking technique on it. I think the Punisher is well drawn.
Mhm.
And this is like right up James's alley, right, for the era and everything. And
Yep. It's a throwback to like damsel in distress, like like that was such a common feature of like I don't want to call them pulps, but like the Mac Bolan novels that he was kind of cribbed from and things like that. Like that was really or like the Frazetta's movie poster for the Gauntlet, where it was kind of like him doing a pastiche of himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Exo Manowar? No. It has that kind of a vibe, no, but no. But anyway, there you go. James Siegel not here. We featured his piece because I would have picked it last week if we were doing that. So,
Well, it's the
there you go.
Punisher. I'm sold.
Exactly. We know that. Show us that piece one more time.
All right.
You know you want to look at it again.
I actually looked at it while you were showing the auction results.
All right, you're going full screen one more time. Oh man, that is so badass. That is awesome.
Thank you. Yep, I'm chuffed, as the British would say.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, we did it, Chris. We made it under 3 hours. That's good. But
Who won the Packer game is what I want to know.
Uh-oh. I did notice that people stopped saying the score after
That's
a
my
while.
dedication to CAF, Bill. I did this during a Packer game.
I appreciate it. I know. Hey, yeah, you had to tear yourself away, but well, I hope you have a great weekend. Have a beer for me.
I will.
Are there any? Do you have like shows? Like you never talk about like going out to cons or anything. Is there anything in your area that's coming up that you would go to?
I've kind of settled on the fact that like I think I'm gonna do Heroes and OAX every year, and I think those are gonna be like my two shows, and like both of them are kind of a hike. Like it's a haul from Wisconsin to get to anywhere, but like if there were somebody at Chicago that I felt like was real, like slam C2E2 or something that I felt like was like slam bang, it's an easy drive, but I think it's Heroes and OAX. It's because I want to see all you guys.
Well, I like the sound of that. I think for a lot of people, it's Heroes and OAX, right? So no, I appreciate that. But I didn't know. I didn't know if there was like anything that was like nearby, even a smaller show. Like I'm going to that Ocala thing, right? Because Kubert's going to be there and a few other people.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Might as well. It's a small show. Probably cost me like $20 to get in. That's cool.
Yeah. I saw. Speaking of, did you see the photos of Wolvie fan Rob playing pool with Adam?
I did not.
Look at his Instagram. It was pretty great.
I was just talking with Adam today. All right. Well, he did. Okay. On Wolvie's Instagram or on Adam's?
Yes. That might have been on Adam's actually.
Okay.
Now that I think, I do follow them both, but.
All right. I will find it. This is interesting. There had to have been an art deal associated with them going out.
Highly likely.
All right, man. Well, always good talking with you, Chris. I hope we have a full smile next week.
I hope so too, because my wedding anniversary is Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Be a hell of a thing to take your wife out missing a tooth, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be.
I might have to move to Alabama.
Oh, yeah, you would. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. Night, guys.
All right. See you, Chris. Oh man. All right, everybody. As always, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And thank you for your patronage for those of you who picked up commissions from Aranga and Eric and Jeremy. they are very appreciative of that. And yeah, we'll be seeing a lot more of that pre-OAX stuff going forward. And again, we appreciate all of it. And again, uh, more than anything, it's always great getting to hang out with everybody. Thank you, Dr. T, says Marcus. Yeah, I have a good time. And just talking with Chris, I always learn something or see something different in a piece, by sitting down and chatting about it. And that's one of the wonderful things about analyzing the artwork and getting down and talking with friends about stuff. It's there's always something new to discover. So I hope everybody else gets a little bit out of all these conversations as well. And I'm signing off. I don't have anything major going on until next Monday. So hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and take care, and we'll see you next week.